welcome to another Mad Chats and Recaps with myself and Tasha. Ah, Tasha has a lovely background today. Wow. Moon, ravens, bats, really
Spooky.
setting us into the spooky vibe for
It'll
the
be like this until November.
Oh man, well, welcome. We are glad to be back with another recap show. This is for the week of August the 8th through the 14th on Mad Bird Streams. I think I think this was actually a week where we had all of our shows, like all of them. There wasn't a cancellation or more postponement. So perfect.
Amazing.
So we're going to start out with the Forsaken for last Monday, discovering a little more about their ancestors' past. The party finish up their questions with Miki, the Warforged, and take the items with them as they start back towards the settlement. But first, they stop at a small house further up the mountain. Magdalene's grandmother, Helena Rockadell, seeming to be the strategist of the torch, the party's ancestors. Yeah, traffic. The party's ancestors, she tries to set them on a course of action, giving them what surly guidance she can, while also providing them with information, including maps laying out the current locations of most of the time devices. Armed with more than they had a day earlier, the group head back to the settlement, seeking out Nadrano. Gerbil heads off on his own, however, finding Shanad, Losa, and Elsatra, an elf who was around when Losa and her brother were brought to the clan that once lived there. Gerbil learns that Losa's parents were an elf and a bugbear, and that the timing matches pretty closely to his time in the Feywild with Addie. With his suspicions revealed to Elsatra and after lending his longbow to Losa for practice, Gerbil heads back to the group. Just as he gets there, however, someone peeks into Nadrano's tent, letting him know that someone had just came through their teleportation circle.
Who was it?
I guess we'll find out.
Oh, well then.
Yeah, we don't know. I mean, I know. And actually, we revealed the Patreon exclusive, so the patrons know, but we'll
Oh.
find out tonight. But yeah, so Gerbil has kids.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's what cuz he was in the Feywild with an elf with his partner Addie. Kind of lost track of what happened there, doesn't remember everything. And yeah. Hmm. We have these cute little half elf, half bugbear kids.
What? Sounds so like super cuddly and elegant at the same time. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I need to see art for
Oh,
this.
sure. I'll have to do that sometime. So on Wednesday's the Penumbra Assembly, Tasha, what happened there?
Let's see. So, as our party tries to figure out what to do about their guard situation, Jade, the Tabaxi Inn worker, runs away in shock after walking in on their cleanup.
Whoops.
Yvonne running after her, desperate to explain and get help. Meanwhile, Quinn lays out the guard situation in Amicure, while Orr, the innkeeper, provides a private and discreet warning. Be careful. He agrees with Quinn that the other guards in the city may not be entirely innocent and that they may need to be cautious who they trust from here on out in the city. Three guards soon arrive, taking stock of everything that happened and getting Quinn's and the party's testimonies. Guard Kellery is dead. The guards warn that the group will not go unwatched in the city and that they will be collected when a report must be given to higher ups at the estate. After they leave, it's a waiting game. Accordia Zolan's messenger, Yuchek, finds them, thinking it's the perfect time to talk before he and Zenith leave for the material plane. He tries to answer what questions he can for Accordia, while also providing them with a bit more info on who hired their benefactor and why. The party then decide it may be a good time to pay Lady Lyra Emikir a visit, But once they arrive at the estate, are refused entry until they are collected for their report. As they leave, however, another approaches. That sounds a lot like my dog.
It was, yeah.
Anyways,
Had a lot to say. Your dog had something to say about this
she was very passionate
summary.
about this
Very
episode.
passionate about the summary. Yeah. I love that the group was like, even though the guards who they know are from the estate were like, yeah, you're going to have to give a report. We'll come and get you. Don't do anything. You're being watched. Are like, hey, let's go to the estate and try to talk to the person who runs this place, and think that they're going to get an in. Think that they're going to be let inside. We might be wanted for murder, but the ruler might want to talk to us one on one. Maybe. There's no security issue here. It's okay.
Fine.
It's fine.
Everything's fine.
Yeah, so they're in some possible hot water. We'll see. So on Saturdays in Extremis, let me just take that off here and switch the marker. Look at me. When our Sky Pirates battle with the giant subterranean lizards got much more intense with the arrival of a local rock, which is like this huge, like, eagle bird type thing. The battle became less about winning and much, much more about surviving. Friends were dropping one after another, barely being raised from unconsciousness just in time to be knocked out again. Some crew were lifted 100 feet or more and then dropped by this rock creature. Thankfully, their creative and impromptu decision making in battle kept them alive long enough to overcome the challenges of this battle and got way out of hand, make it back to their wagons, and use their skills to obscure their gateway and leave without a trace.
Like the spell. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
So Sinister went unconscious 3 times. Liazana went unconscious twice. Brilith went unconscious twice. And post battle, now that we're supposedly safe away from this, like, because we ran from the eagle because it was just too much. We got the lizards taken down. Or at least a good portion of that was Zia and Grundy who did that. And Sinister. And we got them taken down, got back to the wagons. Everyone's revived now. And there are none of us that are above 8 hit points.
Damn.
It really seemed like a Kyr's Lament. Yep, predicament, but we're all okay for now.
Thank goodness.
It was wild. Those lizards, like, they didn't have a lot of hit points apparently, but like but they had multi-attack, so they could hit twice. They were all in the same initiative order, like they were all together. And they each hit did like 20 to 35, 36 damage. So
lizards are awesome.
It was wild.
I'm not biased or anything.
But... Yeah. Oh, of course not. All right. So what happened on Obsidian Scar?
Ooh, because it was new.
Yay!
Yay! So after a rowdy evening at Lashana's party, the crew set out to prepare themselves for the evening's plans of sneaking into the temple of Kelimvor and taking a sacred artifact. They scout out the temple itself, determining its security measures, then head out to find non-lethal magic in the hopes of only subduing those who might get in the way. The party notices an influx in tieflings, making Ileana a bit uneasy based on a letter she sent a few months ago. After a lovely dinner at Now You Shishimi, our heroes met up with Lashana, hatched a plan, and began their infiltration of the temple of Derek's deity.
Bum, bum, bum. Just to clarify, Ileana was not just nervous that there were more tieflings in the city.
Right. Because they were hot.
Well, no, no. She had
Uh,
asked. She had asked a bunch of tieflings for help with her
right.
empire situation, where she came from, because they're trying to kill her. She asked for. She wrote just a couple of tiefling people for help that have like big armies, and they, one of them, someone responded, just doesn't know who it is, was tipped
Hmm.
off so that they're looking for her, and she's not exactly 100% positive they're looking for her to help or if they're looking like to kill her. It's fine.
Everything is fine.
It's okay. Um, yeah, so it's not just because there's an influx of tieflings that she's like, "Whoa!" There are reasons behind it. She's not racist. Not anymore.
She's just, you are just optimistically cautious.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, Ileana let out a little bit more about her past to the group, which was fun.
Oh,
We were trying to kind of like eat up some time because Derek wasn't there last night, so we were like, well, we don't want to get too far into this temple raid of his
true.
deity without Derek being there. So
That's smart.
yeah, yeah.
Did you play like Never Have I Ever?
No,
What is
no,
the one that we did?
no.
I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, something
It
like
was a
that.
drinking
No,
game.
Ileana was just being like, just some things came up. They were in a temple, and she started talking about how she doesn't really care for her deity anymore, and then like the whole like tiefling situation came up, and then yeah, yeah. So yeah, yeah, it was fascinating. Um, yeah, so that's all the recaps we have for you now. We have in the future, next few months, some more D&D shows coming. So this will be a fuller experience. It'll be
Yes.
longer. I
Because
uh
y'all love to hear us
girthier,
talk.
girthier, um longer and
Girthier?
girthier, and it will fill you up more.
I don't
I
like that
Okay,
word.
let's go. So we do have a website up and running, a merch store at
Mhm.
madbirdstreams.com. You can find our merch there as well as, links to other things. That's also on our Twitch page as well. We do still have occasionally, we're working on getting this more consistently on the schedule, the print to paint on Mondays at 12 p.m. Eastern time. We just have to we just have to work on Dan's wake up schedule on Monday.
What a call out.
Listen, it's fine.
It's fine. This is our show.
We're going to get that together.
Mhm.
Birthdays this week, however, I don't think we don't have any cancellations as far as shows go this week. But birthdays this week, uh, we have Michelle Bright Meow, Michelle who plays on our Monday night campaign as Juniper, and is in the community. Her birthday is on Saturday on the 20th, and
Happy birthday!
yeah, and also who's in our Twitch chat sometimes, not really in the Discord, but Wavy Lines had a birthday last week, so
Yay!
great August birthdays. Yeah, that's all that we got for this week. Thank you so much. We'll see you in Twitch, we'll see you in Discord, and we'll see you next week for some more recaps. All right. Bye.
Bye!
Hey, everybody. Oh, nice, Chris. That's so sweet. Oh, thank you, Trilena. Look, 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 look. Oh, nice. Oh, thank you. I'll hydrate. All right, let me double check. Wait, I need to do all that because we're not showing up. Give me, please. Really just. Nice. All right, I'm so sorry. My audio thing being this time.
Awesome.
All right, now.
Nice.
Art takes so much space.
Ooh,
Yep.
thanks for coming on in, everyone. So glad to have you here for another episode of Extremis. Please, don't worry about this rock on the back wall here. I didn't have, they wouldn't go in the box. They're just too big and fragile. So, some of our players are set up here around in different areas. But the rocks got their own spot. That was really intense last week. Oh my goodness. I'm going to pull my notes up here. Players, a delight to be back here with you again this week.
Like to be here.
Okay, let's see. I jumped in Discord. Okay, let's see. Right, so last week, now our sky pirates here have flown their ancient arcane vessel, the Tempest, to the flying city of McCullum Stead. Oh, wow, Steph is shocked. It just punch zoomed in like 3 times. Like, what? McCullum Stead? Uh, um, previously known to the natives as Mutalani. One of our amazing players, a crew here that they've accrued over the years, or over years. I guess it's been like, I should sit down and see like how long it's been. It's been minimum half a year, but you're probably like in game. It's probably coming up on like 7 or 8 months now in game. Maybe even a little longer than that. Anyway, lots of fun. Vic, one of their crew, Goliath. This is his actual home that he never met his biological parents. For whatever reason, he was sent away with someone that biological parents knew, and they raised him instead. Over, I don't know if it's said, so I won't. Is it? No, I can't see it's a bunch. Our crew is here for a bunch of different, really vital things. There's a book set of 3, 2 of which are in the hands of someone rather dangerous. The third one might be here. You put them together, read them, you might be able to unweave the fabric of the universe. Maybe not the best. Answers to the very beginnings of the Order of Spectres, our captain. And some other things may unfold while we're here. Right? There's big things. I did so much planning. I'm ready to just blurt out all the things that I shouldn't say. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. Even if I'm missing something, I'm so sorry. Last week, our amazing, like, incredible characters, our sky pirates, somehow miraculously and beautifully navigated an ambush by initially 5 giant subterranean lizards, which then attracted the attention of said rock back here. That's my easy point that way. Yeah, it was a scary battle. People were dropping and being brought back to consciousness just long enough to do something and then get knocked unconscious. Sometimes not even do something. Everyone survived. Thanks to those little moments that they had. They were expert, just expertly firing things off, and made everyone get out of there safe and sound at the end. Zia and guarding everyone, keeping them safe, scooping people up that needed to be carried away. Vic carrying a few people over his shoulders to get back to the covered wagons. Um, and I mean, there were just so many clutch moments. Check out last session. Gosh, Grundy turned into a spider little cobweb to help break, have his fall damage. Everybody had stuff. It was incredible. That's done. Lizana came in. Gosh, who kicked up the dust storm? Is that Zia? Zia, with a double set of wings. Picked up all this dust around these.
But it was really like Liazano's Leave No Trace that like he would make that a possibility.
For sure. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Dust kicked up Liazana, passed without trace. Can't be tracked by any magical means or non-magical means, and leaves no tracks. By the time the rock was done picking at their food, they had no idea where these wonderful people were. They were in their covered wagons that hover over the ground with some arcane crystals drawn by giant Arabs, trained to just go to Purity Plains and then back to the port town, on the very edge of the city there. All right. Anyway, that's plenty of recap. Let's get down to business. and yeah.
Defeat the Huns.
Yeah, it was in my head. Like, be a whole nother tangent, and then I'll it'll be more damn talk time.
Our minds are tied together.
Nice. So, everyone quite exhausted. I think I said it was like 40 minutes, almost an hour, whatever it was, of just quiet riding in the wagons until you're sure you're out of earshot of the rocks, whatever its circular pattern is. You did see in the first 5-10 minutes the shadow here and there, but didn't see where you were. And then someone speaks up. Who wants to speak up first?
Oh, weird. My health didn't stick.
That's a weird thing for Breelith to say.
Well, no, because I know I was down to like 7 health, and
Yeah.
it's up to 63 again. That's incorrect. That's weird. I don't know why. Oh, this is the old. Okay, I put up the wrong Breelith. That's why.
Alright, I think I tried to delete the old Breelith from
Uh,
the campaign.
You
but
deleted
I think you have to do
Breelith?
it. Yeah, done!
All that
Now
remains
that's it.
is
I'm done. I'm
Spider-Man
out.
Now there-
3. All that remains
now
is
there are
Spider-Man
2
3
of
Breelith.
them. Well, no, I
Brileth.
think there's
It's
only one
Brileth
still
now.
tied to the.
Brian
There's
Brileth.
only one tied to the campaign still, but I was pulling it for my characters,
okay.
so
Gotcha.
I just need to delete it for my characters.
Breelith
Okay,
2.0
sorry.
Brilith, right. Now, it's officially canonically Brilith now. Sorry,
No,
Brilith.
it's not. Nope. Sorry.
So...
It's Bryleith.
Nope.
It's fine. We can argue pronunciation.
Nope.
I will say that Zia's basically like really suffering after using the additional wings, kind of fading in and out of consciousness, like basically almost. Yeah, not doing so hot.
Right.
So definitely she's not speaking out.
Who was driving the wagons? I don't remember if Liazana was one of them.
Liazana and Grundy. Liazana in your wagon, now there's been 2 sessions. Grundy in yours, you had, right, Liazana I think had Sinister and Breelith. And Grundy had, Thea and Vic.
Who's in the wagon with Breelith? I'm sorry.
Sinister. And
Okay.
Liazana is driving the wagon, your wagon.
Okay.
I think
All right.
Guardian might be in there too. I
think they're on the next.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
I forget I said anything.
No, that's okay.
Breelith would probably administer some healing to Sinister. Let me see here. I'm pretty sure that we're all down to like hardly anything. Let me just double check
Okay.
what Christy
I'm
has
just
in here.
steering and staring off into the distance, like squinting, and I kind of just break the silence. Do all of your adventures go as interestingly as this?
Yeah, pretty much at this point.
Brought the two wagons side by side. You two can chat.
Oh, if it's been an hour, the Pass Without Trace is done now.
Perhaps. And
It had probably just dropped.
oh, okay, nice. Anyone looking up back of the wagon can see that before the wind seemed to just be sweeping up the tire tracks instantly. Now kind of leaves them a little bit longer. Still fairly obscured because the wind is picked up out here. The dust is flying. Desert scene.
I think I made a good choice throwing in my lot with you guys. Although, maybe a little less danger next time. I don't think I've ever been picked up that high before.
Yeah.
I don't like heights, even though I am on a skyship, which is kind of a conundrum there. I don't like being picked up by weird animals. What was that thing?
If anyone wants to roll a history check, I don't think you need to be proficient. If anyone wants to roll, there's a lot of stories. In case there's, I don't know if that made it to the book. Let's say, okay, I will heal that.
I mean, I don't know if. Oh, go ahead.
Well, I'll just ask, and I'll go around and ask and see what everyone rolled. Sinister? Sinister. I've got to change the thing. I'm so sorry. I'm so accustomed to looking at the name tags and reading on autopilot. Grundy.
Oh, what was I rolling?
If you want to know what that creature was, you can roll a history check, or.
Yeah. Well, I'm leaving it to the fact that I've probably never seen one, so.
Oh, okay.
I'm asking my.
Gotcha. All right.
I'm asking my friends here.
Gotcha. Liazana, you can do history. You can do survival. So you can do survival or nature if you're proficient in neither of those. But history,
I'm proficient in survival.
if you'd rather do that survival over history, then you're welcome to. Your choice.
It gives me a little more. 11.
Not quite enough. Almost. There's a lot of dangerous big birds out there. Even dragon size like that. Not sure, but you'll know to ask around so you don't run into that again. Bereaveth, you want to roll? You can do history.
It was only a 13.
13 is exactly what you needed.
Okay.
So for 13, it's a rock. The rudimentary things about them. Very dangerous, fairly predatory, obviously, and territorial. Kind of wild and mindless. Often about getting their food for the day. They're also not lazy hunters, but they're not going to go really far out of their way unless they're antagonized or unless someone's really encroaching into their, near their death. So in your case, it matches up a little bit. They stopped and they ended up eating those things because, that was going to be good for them. If you wanted to answer Grundy, who asked, what was that?
Oh, can she hear him from the back of the wagon?
Yes.
Yeah, she would just relay that information on to Grundy.
Ah.
Yeah, so,
Rock.
yes.
So, kind of silent for a minute, give a little chuckle, and here comes a gem. So I guess we were stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Well, I mean, I don't know, I didn't feel stuck there. There were rocks, but I mean, they were kind of spread apart. But you felt like, were you stuck there? I didn't think that you seemed like you were moving around pretty freely.
You just see me visibly hang my head like. Yep. Sister was right. I do not have a knack for comedy. How's everybody else doing?
Everyone's kind of coughing. And
Yeah. I think everyone's down pretty. I healed Sinister a bit.
I've had it that way.
Probably. Oh, thank you.
Mhm.
Probably heal myself here as well. Do y'all need any healing? I have a couple more spots that I could heal people with.
I'm still
Who's the
feeling a
lowest
little.
now at this point?
Yeah, Vic would probably call out.
Yeah, I'm a 14 out of 80.
I'm at 6.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's some
Yeah.
pretty good
Okay.
health.
Alright, so I'm going to I'll do cure wounds at 3rd level on you, on you, Zia. How did you say Vic was, Dan?
Doing pretty well.
Okay.
Hey,
Um,
hey.
you have 18 plus 18 hit points, Zia added.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely, Zia. And then she'll do the same one herself. Jesus. Okay. 13. Right.
Continue rolling through the desert. Minutes turn into another few hours, unless anyone has anything they want to role play. You definitely have a strong urge to hit your water pouches. It's the arid climate here really dries out the mouth and the throat and the skin. Even though those inside the wagon are getting sort of a layer of that dust and fine dirt that's starting to cake on. The midday's heat drones on. Thankfully, those within the wagon a little protected. Those that are driving suffer a little more heat. Can I please have Grundy and Miyazana make a Constitution saving throw against the intense heat out of here? Nice chunk that. And let's see, Grundy, what'd you get?
That's an 11.
Ah, okay. And Miyazana?
Same.
Ah, okay. All right. Well, you each, man, the sheer brightness too of the sun glaring off the sands here, as far as you can see, the heat distortion, warping your vision as you look out and just trust in these giant scarabs that they're taking you where you need to go with no land or oasis or anything in sight. The heat beating down on you, the quiet nature of this tribe really starts to add up. You each take 1 point of exhaustion from the intense heat out here. Such a terrible one. And it's not long though. Maybe another, I guess, from where you were, because you were a couple hours out. That would make it about 3.5 more hours on this ride here, where you finally start to see buildings on the horizon. Tough to tell at first through the heat distortion and distance, but as you get within maybe 500 to 800 feet, you start to see definitely these are structures out across the desert sand here. You each want to just ride into town? Is there anything you like to do now that it's come into sight?
Do they spot any place with either, shade or any place that they recognize or
I mean, from here you just see a number of buildings. You don't really see any details. If you want to keep riding further into town, you can start taking a look for like Where can I go? Um, you know, is there shade and stuff like that? Would you like to continue in?
Are we let's speak up. Are we stopping in the town to try and get some rest? Good.
I mean, I think that would be the best course of action if we can find someplace.
Yeah, I'm tired.
I mean, as long as everybody agrees.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is gonna be an exciting moment. I mean, it's like as she is like grabbing her chest and just being like, maybe I shouldn't get up that fast. Um, kind of just having a quick moment. Oh wait, is everybody frozen, or am I frozen?
No. Oh no.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
You're
no,
good.
no, you
Sorry,
seem okay
my
on this
internet
side.
just went a little.
Ah.
Sorry. But after kind of holding there, like, this is supposed to be an exciting time. Like Vic's gonna meet, like, I still like want it to be good, even if it didn't go how it was supposed to.
Sure, we'll still be good. Just need some rest, I think, and it'll be fine. This is it, right? I mean, Vic's thing is underground, right?
That's what she said, that you have to make a way to Purity Plains and then um underground from there. Guess we can ask someone.
Sure. Yeah. We'll find him. Right. Let's go and talk to townspeople.
Okay. I'm gonna switch that up here and fix names real RQ. So here you'll see on stream. Yeah, I need a better way to present this stuff to you all. This ghost town of Purity Plains. You can tell upon arrival. There's furniture scattered out in the street, long since broken and covered over with sand. Tumbleweeds, the wind blowing about through town, glass shattered out of the windows. A lot of structures still relatively intact, but it looks like maybe they've been abandoned for somewhere between like 5 and 10 years at a quick glance guesstimate. Not a soul in sight as you ride down this main street here out of just a few streets through the center of town. Saloon, bank, a few other things like that down this strip of road. Is there any building that you want to stop? There are a few places. There's the first building on the left, across from the saloon, has a place you can tie off your creatures, your giant scarabs and such. Some water troughs there you could fill up with one of, as per instructions, with the dew drops on the side of the wagon, if you wanted.
I think that's what Liazana would do is go ahead and drift that way to go ahead and do all that.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow in our wagon.
Okay.
Zia would like kind of turn to Brila and just be like, wow, this is just like that story of that town that had been abandoned in the desert for 7 to 10 years and had a saloon with the water trough that was meant for scarab beetles, where you tied them off.
You're right. And
Yeah.
then what happened after?
I just
It was
can't-
something.
I
It was
can't remember what
something
happened
like.
next.
It was something like a huge worm came up and started drinking from the trough.
And
then
it's like
someone
it's not
came
the
out-
worm's trowel. What's
right,
it doing?
and someone came out and was like, "You're not supposed to do that." And then Worm was like, "You're not supposed to be here. I thought this place was abandoned." And then they became friends, and then they started traveling together. And it would take him. Yeah, that was great. But in the end, of course, I always I always didn't read the end part because I always thought, my siblings, my younger siblings, wouldn't want to hear about how the worm ate the human in the end, and how it was a metaphor for, how sometimes people are just in our lives for a season, and then we eat them.
Yeah. I I think it was something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
think so.
I think going into the saloon is probably fine. And maybe
Yeah.
the worm was like, kind of foretelling us going
Mhm.
underground, right? Like maybe you go from scarab to worm. Maybe that's how it works.
So, are you saying that we should? Are you saying that like our future has been destined because of this book? Like that it's foretelling our journey here?
Hmm.
Oh,
You have the book.
now that you mention it, there are a lot of things that just happen to be happening like those things.
Hmm.
It's probably just a coincidence.
Hmm.
And then Zio kind of
Probably.
try to hobble out and go ahead and walk into the salon.
Okay. Nice. One
Lilith
door
will
is
go
on
with
one
her.
hinge. Okay. One just falls off. It's just hanging by one hinge. The other little swinging door um, seems to be relatively sturdy on its hinges. A lot of sand and dust has kicked its way into the lower portion here. It's definitely that saloon and tavern. But you do see a stairwell up the left-hand side that curves to the right, following the interior wall. And looking up, there's a bit of a balcony hallway that runs around with just a rail. You can see through it, and it looks like maybe there's some rooms up there. This door's ajar. If you're looking to rest it. Okay. We'll need to drink down here, maybe? It looks like, again, a lot of bottles smashed, but there's some intact here.
And we don't really perceive any living beings of any kind. Like,
Yeah.
not
Make
even
a
a rat.
perception check, everyone.
Woo!
And then I'll go around and
I
ask. Take
great.
a peek see here. Grundy, what'd you get? Oh, okay, nothing, Grundy. Yeah, it's dirt and dust, and you're feeling it as you walk. You're like,
I'm
I
tired.
can't
I'm
go
hurt.
around. Yeah. Zia, what'd you
Tired and I'm hurt.
get? Oh gosh. Okay, same. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
here. You just, I'm alive. I need to one foot in front of the other.
Yeah. Also, so sorry. I'm not really sure if it's my internet right now or something, but there is a slight delay, I think.
No.
So if I'm
Oh.
overlapping or interrupting, like, sorry.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so far so good on this side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Liazana, what'd you get?
Since my dice apparently like to keep rolling sixes, I've got 11 total.
Yeah, you don't really see much of anything. Some small kind of carapace insects here and there. Little tiny regular sized ones that crawl about, you might catch. Nothing else really. And Breeless?
It's a 14 for perception. And I also want to after, if you want to handle that first, but I also want to do Eyes of the Grave to see if there's any undead within 60 feet.
Okay. We can do them together.
Okay.
There's a rock staying in the room upstairs. Just kidding. There's
Sleeping in a bed.
Yeah. That's a really cool thing. Yes, you look around. I mean, you're not hearing or seeing anything aside from those little insects scurrying here and there. They're not everywhere or anything like that. It's just your normal, typical amount. And Eyes of the Grave, you said?
Yeah, 60 feet. Undead.
Thank goodness, no undead creatures in here. It really just seems to be.
Thank goodness. Or Braylon's a little bit disappointed, honestly.
A figurative ghost town.
Yeah.
Not a literal.
Yeah.
Just a little disappointed.
Maybe
You'll
we
see.
should check. Oh,
Hey,
sorry. Go ahead.
Sinister, can you
No,
detect anything?
Ooh. I can detect all the aches in my body. Let me just kind of look around a little bit. Nothing's pinging, man. There's a lot of ringing going on up here, but nothing magical. it's way too bright though. I'm just gonna.
Should we try to? Well, we should probably look around first, right, a bit more, and then settle in for some rest. At least this is on the middle of nowhere, so chances of someone else running into us, unless the other adventurers are here. Because, well, unless
Yeah.
those were the people that we found back where the rock was. I'm still kind of unsure.
Just because you would have perceived
Yeah.
all this, there's. Oh, I'm so sorry. There's only a few streets here. That's it, and there's no other signs of covered wagons or large beetles or anything. You're definitely thinking people, the dead ones, are probably.
If there are other buildings, right?
There are still other buildings. Probably another 12 to 14 other buildings here in this ghost town.
If someone wants to come, if all of us want to go, I think we should probably at least take a look in the other buildings just to make sure that no one's hiding out there.
Is it okay if I check upstairs first?
Oh yeah, sure.
So I'll just head out to look around upstairs.
I'll use if you want to do like an investigation check this time, since you're like your fleet took kind of around. Or if you just want to like glance and make it a perception, that's fine too.
I think it'll be an investigation if that's okay.
Okay.
That would be a 27.
Oh, jeez, beautiful. Yeah, you all again figure about 5 to 7 years for anyone that's been here or use these beds. They have linens and everything. They're just covered in fine, gritty dirt. Doesn't look like you would even be able to see footprints and stuff if anyone would walk through here because of the sand, and you don't see anything. It's completely undisturbed for you.
Cookie's making us hydrate.
Oh. Cookie. So hydrated today? Nick's looking out the door like, hey, I'm all for taking a look at Edmonton before we get rest. Hearing outside to just be check the thing.
Yeah.
And he steps outside.
Yeah, Brayleth will go with him. And she's also, Dan, keeping an eye out for any gravestones or dead bodies.
Oh, okay. And I'll just add that Vic waited for Zia to finish the check, of course, before saying doing that. He'll wait till you come back down and say that.
Yeah, and Zia would just come back and rejoin.
So you find your way around through this town. Again, not a huge town. There's basically 3 streets. Main Street and then one on either side of those rows of buildings. It looks like they were setting up shop and maybe, based on the types of buildings here, got a little ahead of themselves. There's a saloon. There's a bank. There's a lot of, like, commerce stops. And there's maybe 3 houses for, like, people that are living. Going to be living there. Stables and all this other stuff. Like maybe they started building this town and ran out of money, or because their efforts didn't pick up at a pace which they were expecting. It's pretty clear they put the cart before the giant scarab in this case. But please, will everyone roll an investigation check as you navigate the town?
Woo!
Breelith, what'd you get?
23 total.
Nice, okay. Liazana, what'd you get?
Investigation rate?
Mm-hmm.
18 total.
Nice. Zia, how about you?
12.
Okay. And Grundy?
Hang on, I'm supposed to roll at disadvantage because exhaustion.
Yeah,
that is a 10.
Okay. All right, Brenda, you're getting hit. It's like trying to cook on a charcoal grill, and every damn time you move out of the smoke, it moves and gets in your face. That's what the sand is doing to Grundy here. You're like, all right, let me just face this way, but maybe around this way, you're it's such an annoyance out the get-go. For everyone else, you're able to confirm that there are no living creatures unless they're extremely well hidden.
Okay.
You don't see any footprints around here, anything that would constitute danger. Yeah, see what you got.
So, wait, when there was the tro that we left the scarabs at, there was
Um,
was there anything in there?
no, it was empty at the
Okay,
time.
okay.
You could fill it with water. The instructions were like, if you're going to be there a couple of days, like fill it with one of the stein. I mean the
Okay,
water pack.
understood. So it wasn't like somebody had snuck in, put stuff there, and then.
yeah. Thankfully.
Okay, sure. Thanks.
No problem. No problem. All right. Well, you also notice one area that seems to be partly covered in dust, less so than everything else. It seems to be, it looks almost like a well, but it's a bit too wide to be a well. And you saw a well on the other side of town, typically 4 feet across or so. This one's maybe, as you're down the street from it, looks maybe 30 feet wide. Almost like a hole in the ground. And you're seeing the ledge with the.
Wait, okay. So there's a huge hole in the ground. Is there like a little wall around it like there would be with the well?
Yep.
And there's loose sand on it?
On the wall.
Oh, okay.
It just seems, less. There's less buildup on and around it than there is the rest of the town.
This is a little unusual.
You approach it?
Breelith probably would, yes.
Zia and Vic would as well, I think.
Yeah,
We're all
Grundy
looking
will
for a
follow.
way to go underground.
Yeah.
It's a perfectly good way to go underground.
Absolutely.
Sit straight down?
I'm just going to check with Lisanna. Are you also approaching?
Yeah, but she's gonna kind of stay back just a little bit.
Okay. So Grundy, to answer your question, as you begin approaching and being able to peer down, well, everything else obviously is covered in desert sand. Growing down the inside of this well area, it's moss. It's not the kind of moss that holds moisture or anything. I mean, I'm sure it does really well, but it doesn't look mushy or anything. It's parched. It looks parched, but it's thriving. It's green. And as you are the first one, will say, Grundy, to take a look down. Zia and Vic right behind you, Breelith, and then Lisanna. You see that in the walls of the well, the exterior, are stairs. Very image. And these stairs on the inside of the wall spiral down. Probably a good 180. So.
Oh, I wonder if this is. I should kind of look to Vic and Zia. I wonder if this is the entrance to the to your place.
Watching Soul.
So, I'm really excited to take a look, whether it is or not. But I also think that we should probably rest a bit. Just in case we run into something on the way down, or just in case this isn't something that we expect it to be and is something that we really hope that it's not to be. So my vote is for us to kind of go back and sleep a bit before we.
I agree.
Yes, Grundy?
Who's taking first watch?
I could. I could take first watch. I have healing, so if anything happens, I could heal myself.
Okay. Okay, I will try and get some rest and see if I can heal up a bit. I'm still feeling pretty bad.
Can Zia kind of very quickly before we leave, is the moss like close enough that we could like see it or even touch it?
You can definitely see it if you were to lean over and reach down at the waist. Lean over at the waist and reach down. You could probably reach some of this.
Okay. Could I just do an investigation to compare it to like the plant that
Oh
paralyzed
yeah, yeah.
Regolith?
So that would probably so you can do an investigation. The DC will be higher in investigation than say a survival, which I think here also is also in your wheelhouse.
Yeah.
So survival, I mean that's much more in line. Be easier.
Okay. Um, it's gonna be 26.
Ooh, oh damn. Okay. Um, it is entirely different. Entirely different. Though you have to feel like this is a very resilient plant. There could be something gleaned from this by an alchemist or something to that it is flourishing the way it is in the middle of this arid climate.
Zia would try to like just collect some and just really be thinking like Cassius is gonna love this when he comes back.
Oh, okay. All right, so you go to get some. Can you just make a dexterity saving throw just in case? I mean, it's really a dex check.
Okay.
I'm sorry. You can either do a dexterity saving throw, so in case you have a bonus stat, or an acrobatics check, whichever you prefer. You feel would work better for you.
Okay. I know that there's a do. Yeah, I'll take the dex save throw.
Okay.
Um, okay, so that's 20.
Oh yeah, yeah. You have no problem balancing, like cantilevering over and grabbing what you need and pulling yourself back up. You do see Vix a little like still on the fence. Like everyone else decided to rest, but Vix, like partly like paying attention only after the fact. Like, oh shit, you were hanging over the edge of this well.
That is
Because he's like,
fine.
yeah, yeah. He seems to know you've got it, but he's also like just looking kind of eager to get down there. You can tell he's eager to get down there, being this close.
It'll be okay. You know, it's gonna be fine. We're gonna rest up. We're gonna like get and she'll kind of just brush dust off the shoulders. You know,
Hmm.
we gotta make sure you're good and ready, and want to make sure that everything just goes right.
You're right. Oh, but to be this close, but you're right. Last thing we need is another ambush.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to. I know you asked me to take everyone and go, and I was ready to say, but my feet wouldn't move. I just couldn't leave you behind. But I'm sorry. I know that wasn't what you were. It's also been when you were like walking by him, like, he's been perseverating on the ride over too. Um, I know it was not the safest thing to do, and I like to think if it was even more of a critical, I would have gone. But I know it upset you, so I'm sorry.
It's okay. I mean, could have gotten all of us killed. To be fair,
You're right.
and I really appreciate where you're coming from. I really do, but my life isn't worth everyone else's lives. And if that ever happens again, it would really mean more to me for you to go and let me go.
I'll be better. I'll do my best.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. And like, she's really gonna be like, I really, this is supposed to be about you, and I, I'm, I hate to be another anxiety on top of all of the other things you must be thinking about.
It's alright. One of the things I like about you is I can always, talk to you. I don't even have to worry about guessing what you're thinking and feel safe. Just
I do
talking to
too.
And here I am talking now, and you can barely stand. Let's rest.
Let's go back. Let's rest. Like, everyone
so
else's good idea.
And he'll follow.
And of course, and I'm assuming we're going back and staying in the salon. And this is definitely like totally meant this way of hey, like, you can sleep in my room, because Zia knows that like when you're resting with an ASMR, you can't have like bad dreams.
Oh. See. Alright, rest then. Cracks his neck and follows you all back. Is anyone else doing anything here at the well before getting some sleep?
No. She just wait until the next day, and she didn't see any corpses or any graves or anything.
Correct. Yeah, no.
In the
no
town.
graves out here.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like they got started and they had big dreams, and they were not making the money that they thought, or as you know, none of the stuff they're trying to do to settle out here was really working. It's just too brutal.
I've seen these YouTube videos, abandoned places.
What's a YouTube relic?
it's like a tube device you can take out and you shake it.
It's just it's a tube, and sometimes it shows you your future.
Wow.
Oh, it's all about you.
Yeah, it's a Furbolg thing.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it must be awful when like people comment on it who are just not in the know, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, sometimes you could have it with you. Like some Furbolgs keep it with them all the time. They'll take it out and be like, "What's my future for the day?" And it'll show you a nice little scenery or something, or something scary, and then to be careful that day. And sometimes people look over your shoulder and be like, "Oh, that looks so stupid," and you just gotta.
I disliked that a lot.
Yeah, you just kind of gotta learn to just like not listen to the haters, and
that's good advice.
Yeah, and just pay attention to your own stuff.
Your siblings must really look up to you, Bella.
Oh, I hope so, but I also look up to them. They all have their own stuff going for them, and they're all brave in their own way, and yeah.
Amazing. I had a Furbolg friend that would just disappear in that all day. He'd be like, let me check my fortune, and then hours later, they'd snap out of it. And be like, where am I?
Yeah, I mean, it can be addicting to kind of like look at you see all kinds of different things. Sometimes if you shake it around other Furbolgs, you see their thing, and it can be a fun little game. But then the next thing you know, it's 3 hours later, and you haven't gotten anything done.
I really like that. That's something to subscribe to.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll stop. And then you're all able
subscribe.
To... Please like and subscribe. Yeah, if you're all resting, go ahead, and now you gotta kick all the dust off the sheets. The beds are old and worn, and the dry air and heat is not really help things. Chew away some of those bugs and weeds and stuff. And you are able to all get, if you're sleeping a whole long rest, it's about let's see, that was probably around like I think 2:30 now in the afternoon, maybe 3 in the afternoon. So You'll be sleeping until 11 at night, if that's okay.
Sure.
Okay. You're all able. I mean, it's not take much to go to sleep after that battle with the rock, despite the
Right.
condition.
Relith wouldn't have let anyone kill any of the bugs. She would have taken them all into a sheet and taken them outside and put them outside for,
Instantly done. I'm just kidding. I just teasing Greenland.
Just for flavor text, Dan, how many bugs is that
It's a
that
lot
are
of
in
bugs.
Brayless sheets?
Really get to bed like 20 minutes after.
Can we
everyone
roll?
else
Can we
does.
roll a D100 to see how many bugs
You
there
can roll a
are?
D100,
Yes,
and that
yes.
exact number is how many bugs you collect. Because there's easily 100 if you're being picky.
82.
82 different, like it's a crawling mass of bug.
Okay, guys, come on.
Looks like
Oh, this is heavier than what I imagined. Okay, here you go.
You know they'll be lighter if you fry them up. They're really good that way.
Yeah, don't you dare. Come on, bugs.
Oh, we
I'll
don't even
protect
have
you.
a fire. It's fine.
In fact, even after that statement, Brilith will take the bugs to a different building, and let them out over there, like behind and like
sweet.
away.
Yeah, in the shade they crawl like in and under.
Here you go. Here you go. Just
Nice.
go. Shh.
Oh. Beautiful.
Liazana's actually not using the bed.
Oh,
She's just pulling out a bedroll since she just needs a trance.
okay. Yeah, so 4 hours for Liazana, and I think Sinister has 4 hours sleep too.
I think so,
And
yeah.
everybody else, the full 8 hours. Is there anything, since you're here, Liazana, that you would like to do tonight after those 4 hours, like while everyone else is sleeping? That's like 7:30 or so. 7:30.
I mean, she might, if she can get out quietly without waking anybody, she would probably just kind of explore around the place and, like all the different buildings and see if she finds anything left over, useful, not contaminated, stuff like that.
Nice. Well, absolutely. Please, I just want to say, please make sure everyone does a full rest in D&D Beyond.
Yes.
And if you have a class that can change out spells after a long rest, just consider where you're headed and what you might be doing. In the time to come, it might be, good to reconsider what you've got. So subterranean. So.
Thank you.
And our sandy place, our windy desert's done.
It only lasts for an hour, so you have to start over.
Right. Liazana, you get up. It's sun's already, it's twilight hour. You're in the golden hour here for the night. End of summer. And the whole town actually looks a little different. It's a little more on the romantic side, that soft golden glow covering with the rich colors of the sand, the oranges, yellows. You make your way around the building or or kind of the town.
The whole town.
Make a fresh just investigation check if you don't mind.
Ooh. I rolled a 12.
So you find near the city, there's 2 posts that just stand up by themselves about 5 feet apart. And with a little prodding through the sand, you find a sign that had fallen off the chains. Looks like maybe within the past half a year or so, that says Purity Plains. So at a minimum, you know you've arrived in the correct place. You were told that there might be a person or two here. The fact that there's no one, take that however you will.
How big is the sign?
It's about 4.5 feet wide by like 3 feet tall.
Is it heavy?
Thick. It's a little heavy, but you could do an athletics check if you want to carry it.
Absolutely. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Dirty 20.
Oh yeah, you pick it up no problem. You can balance it like kind of up on a shoulder like this, or maybe under an arm. Seems nice.
She might try to get a good feel of the weight of it, see if she can kind of like toss it a couple times.
Yeah, you know what? Despite being this old, it's a really solid wood that does well in the arid climate, and it's pretty balanced. Like you lift it and it kind of spins, and you're like, oh, that worked really well. It spun right back.
Oh yeah. She'll carry it back to she'll carry it into the saloon.
Okay.
We are in the saloon, right?
I think so.
She'll carry it in there if it'll fit.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's mostly no door in the front, so
Okay.
you bring it in. There's a number of round circular tables that are still standing, a few chairs, and the bar. There's a bar there as well. Some bar stools that are still standing.
Okay. She'll just kind of try to, dust it off, and even though she got her fair amount of, spinning it.
You went to lift it up, kind of spun around your back. Oh, and it's really well balanced.
Yeah.
Love it. There really isn't much else that you spot in the city. It looks like they built it up quick, and then they didn't. They maybe had like a year or something, year and a half of people out here to do things, and then it all went boom.
Okay.
Sometime. Anything else?
I guess if she can't find any, I would assume there's not any good food. But can she inspect the intact bottles of whatever liquid?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I won't even make you do a check because it's just there are a considerable number. There's probably around like 28, 34 bottles that are still intact. You want to look like top shelf stuff, or do you want to look like on that rack on the inside of the bar, like behind the bar, that's just the quick and dirty stuff?
She'll look at both. Like she wants to see where like the
Okay.
good stuff, but also the, easy, quick.
Yeah. They have a number of just really strong base drinks behind the bar. This low shelf. Some made from grains. Some made from different fruits. So sort of a tequila, some whiskey, and you get the feeling that they were like made not in a tub, but like they were made locally at the time. And the higher end, they have nothing super fancy or expensive, but there are a couple. They have a dragon's breath there, and it's still keeping. It's cobalt blue, semi-transparent, it's like translucent, I guess would be the best description. Bottle that stands about 1.5 feet tall, and a square bottle until the neck that has spirals, and the top is a dragon's head. Maybe only like 3 inches by 3 inches. But within it, it has this beautiful, what appears to be a blue liquid through the glass, that maintains its effervescence like perpetually in there. And at the very top of the liquid, flames lick the top and then settle back down. There's a few drinks kind of like that. I can describe more if you want, but there's a handful, probably 5 or 6, appear to be fancier out there.
I mean, she's definitely interested in that. She wants to kind of open it up and kind of take a sniff, a whiff of it.
Yeah. You pull the bottle down and you pop the cork, and it lets out like a little flame. This is the top of the bottle neck, and you wait a minute, of course, and then give it a sniff, and it definitely burns the nostrils, and even has a bit of a brimstone-y scent to it, but it's an undertone. There's a lot of I don't want to cheapen. I had some funny things in my head, like Fireball, or like one of those. What's the one like Goldschlager? It's something but I don't want to cheapen the drink at all. It has a rather decadent scent to it on top of those brimstone notes. It works well. It feels strong.
She wants to take a shot of it.
Yeah, like right out of the bottle.
Right out of the bottle.
Whew, okay, for this particular drink, when you take a shot, there are two things that happen based on a Constitution saving throw. Can you please make a Constitution saving throw as you take a swig from this?
What's my con? Not too bad. Whoa, math brain. 14.
14. Okay. Um, so you take a swig of this, and it feels cool. It runs down, your mouth, your throat, lung, you slam it, and it has this beautiful cooling feeling as it goes down. And you can feel it almost like coating, all the way down. And when it hits your stomach, it's like it ignites. And you feel this intense drinking burn that comes back of your throat, and a little bit of flame licks out of your mouth.
Oh man.
And in about 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you'll be tipsy.
Oh shit.
It's really, really strong. But you had a pretty good sip.
Oh, she's going to enjoy that. She's gonna cork it. She's gonna go and cork it again. Cause she's like, man, that's great, but that's definitely only one shot.
It tasted really nice, by the way, too. It had a yeah, I'll have to think of a way to describe it later, but it was good.
She definitely wants to make sure to grab all the ones that she sees.
Yeah, you can collect 8 fancy drinks, and I will work those up for you.
Okay.
This is all straight out of my ass, so.
Perfect. Yep. She will.
Like that drink will be later.
Right. Yep. She will go ahead and collect those up and just past that, I would say, beyond feeling that, buzz. Dang it, Chris. She'll just, kind of keep an eye out for the most part. Walk around. Just kind of chilling.
Okay. Yeah, that sign looks enticing, though. After you get spitty. I was just reading chat, and Chris was being hilarious. Nice. Yeah, it catches you a little off guard. You take that, you go about things, and then you're still for a few minutes, and then you go to move, and you're like, oh, okay, I feel a little giddy, but yeah, you've had your rest and have some time to wait for everyone. And a stare, tranced, but it's too bright. Sinister is just like hunkering down until it's dark with everyone else. So with that, we'll move till everyone else wakes up. To 11 at night. You all wake up, a bit hungry. You come out of your respective rooms, and Liazana, where are you within the saloon?
She's probably she'll probably have tested out like a chair or two, at a couple tables, couple chairs. Probably has a sign sitting on one table, if it will not break it, and then her stash of drinks on another table, and then she's probably taken a cloth or something to the sign, just trying to keep working on it.
You've feeling pretty good with the train. You just shine that sign pretty well. I mean, there's a lot of sand under this KCON, but you've done a really good job. Very legible. The paint, it's a little weather worn, but it's in decent shape. It's only fell down into this itself half year. So.
Okay. Perfect.
The rest of you, as you come down, you see Liazana. So the interesting part, Liazana, is even though it's been 4 hours, you're still buzzed.
Perfect.
And you've got, let's see, I'm sorry, you rolled a what, a 14, was it?
Yes.
For your con save? Okay, so you've got 2 more hours of buzzing time before it kind of wears off.
Buzzing time. That
so the
works.
rest of nice. Yes, you come down and see Liazana. Do you have a like how Liazana might act while feeling a little on the Buzzington side?
If she's not like, totally woozy, she's just like kind of feeling that little bit of a buzz, she'll probably be
Fun
like,
zone.
you know, been working on this sign a little bit, and whoever's first coming down, she'll just kind of look up, be like, "Oh, hey!" Still,
Nice.
she's a little bit on the happier side of her emotions right
Aw.
now.
It's gotta be Breelith first,
Yeah.
right? I think
Sure.
Breelith just naturally would get up pretty early.
She get up early. Yeah.
Not to put you on the
Or,
spot.
sure.
Like, I
mean,
heard
it's
a
not
story about
technically-
this.
It's not really early, but
Nice.
late. Yeah.
Early bird at late night.
Yeah,
Liazana
early
doing
bird
a
at
little
late night.
sign cleaning dance.
Yeah, she'll come downstairs and like rubbing her eyes. Oh, hey, Liasana.
What's going?
What you doing there?
Oh, I'm cleaning off a sign.
Oh, nice.
I
Oh,
found it
that's-
outside.
That's nice. We have to go and sit down. I'm just like, it's really nice of you. Wow, it's looking good.
Yeah, it says Purity Planes on it.
Aw. Are you gonna hang it up after you're done cleaning it off?
I haven't decided yet. It actually spins pretty well, so I don't know. I don't know if I want to leave it.
Oh, you gonna take it with us?
I haven't decided yet.
Okay. Well,
He's
is there
definitely
any-
acting a little bit different than normal.
You seem like you're in a very good mood this morning. Did you get a good trance in?
Yeah, I did. I got a pretty good trance, and then I walked around, and I found the sign, and I spun it a little bit, like had some fun with it, and then brought it in, and then I went behind the bar, and I went looking
Yeah.
for, stuff, and then she's gonna point to her stash of like these drinks that she found, and she's like,
Oh,
I found these really cool drinks, and
wow.
I took a shot of it, and like then she'll like describe what happened, like went down cool, and it's like
Oh, okay.
fiery, and she's like, it tasted so good.
I bet.
I
Well,
had to cork it to save it for later, and then I decided to just work on cleaning the sign.
I'm glad that you're feeling good, and I don't know if there's a place that is there a kitchen here? Breelith will go kind of like trying to scrounge around for like
It's a small
working-
pantry with a cooking space.
yeah, probably not that like nice
also-
looking.
We packed a
Do
decent
we
amount
pack
of
extra
food.
food?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Breelith will go through the rations then, and
Your Vic prepared as you all had Zia, asked Zia and Vic to make all that special ration. So that's a good meal. So it'll survive well.
Breelith will make sure that Liazana gets a little bit of gets some rations as well. Like, should eat something. Kind of keep you balanced.
Yeah, I think I am a little bit hungry.
Probably. In other words, Breelith would just sit there and just watch her clean the sign. Just, happy to be there.
Aw. Here's some other footsteps. Like the hot dog stand at the beginning. Hot dog. Yeah, you hear the other footfalls, of Zia, Grundy, Vic coming down and joining. You all see the sign and Liazana happy dance sign cleaning and the stack of nice booze on another table. Down to. Oh, at last, it's sun's away.
Yeah, this is perfect traveling time for you, Sinister.
Oh yeah.
I do know it. Yeah.
What I mean. What I'm saying, Brytheth. What I'm saying.
Dan.
Sinister, I don't know what to tell you.
Right. No, it's Breelith, Sinister.
Mm-hmm.
Breelith.
You got it. Are we going down the hole or what?
Yeah.
Sure, I'm
Always-
down.
Fun going down the hole.
Yeah, Vic, just curious. Like,
Oh.
I know you haven't really been here or anything like that, but would they look upon it like, well, if we arrive at 11 p.m.? Because there are some people who might maybe not like that.
Really don't you know? Imagine that
What
they
if we
have
bring him the sign?
She did a very good job
over
on the
Zia's
sign.
shoulder like Liaison. Back at
Uh,
Zia.
where'd
It
you
looks-
get that?
I found it outside, and I cleaned it.
Pretty nice now.
What are you gonna do with it?
I don't know.
We're thinking about keeping it.
Huge.
You could put it in with the.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, I might keep it.
I'm just there like that meme.
Nice.
Liaison, are you okay?
Zia, I have to show you this drink. And she's gonna point to this stash of drinks. I have to tell you about this drink I found.
And I'm sure at some point Sinister would probably be leaning in
Oh, look.
and would probably even mix a couple together.
You know what?
Perfect.
Yeah, let's get.
Fine.
Or is it gonna become a contest between Liazana?
Oh my gosh.
Check
Con
their
save
con
contest.
save. Oh no.
Oh, perfect time to redeem hydrate.
Yes, amazing stuff. Well, Sinister's gonna need it. Yeah, you see them like mixing a few of these, and it's like a chemistry experiment going wrong. It's like starting to foam. Gotta get it while it's good, and slams.
Oh,
the
I want
shit
one.
down.
I want to try one.
Oh, all right. They pour another one quickly, and quick before it foams and
Okay, I got it. And she'll knock it back.
shit. All right, go ahead and make a con save, Rita.
Dan, I am so sorry that I pushed us into this direction of you having to do more with the alcohol, but thank you.
It's
That's a
amazing.
go, Braylon. That's a 20, Dan, total.
Okay. So, this heinous concoction of incredibly strong drinks. All right, let me take a second because there was definitely the dragon one in there. Okay. Can you roll just a d10 for me, Freelith?
D10, yes. A 7. 70. A 7,
So-
yeah.
Oh shit, 70. Yeah, you get that same cool feeling. And as that's going down, it's also a bit of like, when you get like some indigestion, you get kind of that bubble in here, that little.
Oh,
thing behind your chest.
I know that feeling well. Yes, Dan.
Mhm. So it feels nice with the cool drink going down, but it also kind of expands a bit, and then it hits your stomach and ignites, and whatever pressure gas had built up comes up with the flame, and you feel the burn up, and you have to open your mouth because you feel filling the back of your mouth some sort of licking flames. You open your mouth, and you've got a good foot and a half of a fireball just out.
Just like when you eat wasabi. Got it. Okay.
Nice. Your tongue is has that spicy feeling on it, like a spicy feeling fills your mouth from that. It doesn't burn temperature hot; it burns spicy hot, and you just wish you had some bread or milk. Feels a little hard to breathe.
That was really cool, Braylon.
Oh, thanks.
And you
That
feel
was a
tipsy.
lot. That was a lot.
And tipsy's impressive. It's only because you rolled a 20 with your con save that you are only tipsy.
Wow. Where did you find that again? Liasana here?
Yeah. It's behind the bar. It's way up behind the bar.
They liked their stuff. They liked their my goodness.
I'm sorry, but you rolled a 7, right?
Yes.
So you don't necessarily have a case of the giggles, but things
Oh.
feel awfully funny. Like Everything everyone said feels kind of funny. You got 3
Okay.
hours of this.
Great. Perfect.
A great time to go down in the giant hole.
No. See, you're so funny. Oh.
There's nothing funny about it. We came here, Liazana, right? We're here to find out the origin of the specters, right? Like,
Oh, we're here
Everything's
for a
in
lot of
pursuit of
stuff.
getting in that hole.
Yes. Okay, we need to pack up our things and go down the hole. 'Cause it's a hole.
It's deep. Yeah, but
yeah,
be careful.
it's
Holes.
Whispering to Vic, are they always like this?
Oh, but it's fun when they are.
It is.
Is he gonna pull aside Vic and just be like,
Mm-mm.
so, do you think it's okay if they come like this?
Don't say that out loud. I think so. Maybe we'll take. Well, who knows what sort of impression we're gonna give. I hate to think that they'll turn us away or anything, just on that. But if we can walk slowly.
Yeah, that might be good for both of them and what they can do too. I'm not really sure they're gonna be walking straight the whole time.
Hey, do either of you have that sometimes on different ships I served, if we were out too late drinking, the medic would come by and cast something on us and clear us right up, some sort of restorative spell.
I mean,
Anyone
Yeah.
have?
that would be Breelith, who's got something like that, and I don't really know if I trust Breelith to cast the right spell right now.
Journal. I'm just gonna get this one out. I'm not really sure what that would be. I don't think I have it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You Lester.
I don't
Lesser
think-
restoration.
I think that's a different Breelith thing.
Oh,
Okay.
is Breelith gonna have one of those not anymore laughing in a
Leave it
moment?
all the way.
It's a different.
Well, just why don't you two walk between the rest of us?
Why?
I'll lead
Are-
if that's alright. And maybe Grundy in the back and Zia maybe with them. Like in case.
Yeah. And
Are you separating
should
me and
Guardian
Liazana?
stand? No, you and Liazana can be right next to each other. It's totally fine.
Mm-hmm.
You just be in the middle together, like a
Oh.
procession.
Yes.
It'll be like a sandwich.
Yeah.
Sandwiches are tasty.
I'll
Make sure to get you
cover.
some.
I'll cover the rear while we go down the hole.
Let's make sandwiches.
Perfect.
Okay, and I'm assuming Vic at some point is just gonna hand Liazana a sandwich.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe get some of that, when you fill up.
Realiz's
Absolutely.
gonna look really, really sad at
Extra
Vic
delicious.
when he hands Liazana a sandwich.
There's one for you too, Breelith. Hey. It's peanut butter. No, I'm just kidding. That one's for me. Here you go. It'll give you a tasty, amazing.
Relith will just instead of grabbing at their hands, will just grab it with her mouth and then pull it away.
And there we go. Maybe there's something to that, Zia. They'll walk it off, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a good thing, maybe the humor is gonna work well, and Breelith's, gonna be, and Liazana will be very excited, so
Hey.
that could
Nice.
bode well.
Relith's gonna
Thumbs up in the back. That's
when they
awesome.
start walking, it's gonna check Liazana with her hip, just and then start giggling.
Get into the whole hip dance.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh. So you two start bumping they're back and forth, getting funnier and more aggressive. Can I have you both make a quick dex save for me as you're
Oh.
Gunk.
Oh, no.
Okay, breathe with what you get.
So, total a 1.
Oh, that's brutal. Okay, and Liazana?
A what?
Oh,
7.
Oh,
okay.
7.
So it gets really silly, and then you both just knock one another. Like one of you knocks the other over, and they, well, no, wait, and you try and get them, and then you fall, and you're both on your
Brelis
butts
just starts
laughing.
giggling and is just, yeah.
You know, let's just take just a wee bit of time before we go. Looking at you, Z, after all, like just a little bit. We can use. I forgot to use the bathroom. I'll do that. And with that, we'll take the bio break too. um, give our characters a little time to work that off. Yeah. So for anyone who doesn't know, we take about a 10-minute bio break. All this hydrating, I had to pee so bad, so we're fired it right
Yeah.
up. Audio's hot.
Yeah.
We are. Chat with us, chat if you want. We'll catch you all very, very soon. About 10 minutes. Oh, okay.
10 minutes.
I actually do need to find a snack.
Same. Oh my god.
Okay. Oh, thank goodness for bio break. Oh.
Absolutely. I had to do it to get water
Oh.
because I missed all the hydrates.
Oh. I'm glad.
Oh, there we go. There's one.
Oh, cookie. Okay.
Do your worst. Oh, thank you. I do need
Nice.
hydrating. Yep, you're right. I appreciate that.
Awesome.
That's wild.
Yeah. No, it's always fun to have drinks, especially when you need some downtime. It's been fun, especially after last session's crazy ass battle.
Yeah,
Arrow
I think
escape.
at this point it's actually like Grundy's wrestling with the temptation to have at least fortified tea.
Oh, nice. 45, I like that.
Yeah. So if there's a bottle of rum in there, he's probably gonna add like like 10 ml shot in there.
Oh, okay. Nice. There's definitely some
Not a
rum in
lot.
it.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
not a lot, just enough to like give the. Basically, it's our version of energy drink.
Nice. Hmm.
Dan, can I DM you real quick
Mhm.
in the Zoom chat?
Absolutely. I'll drown this cookie and then I'll take a look.
Oh no, Cookie discovered there's no cooldown on hydrate.
Mm.
Oh no.
Oh, you know what? I forgot to ask if Freeless brought asked Carmine to come on.
We did not bring Carmine. Carmine is.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Carmine wouldn't do too well across the desert, so that's good.
Yeah, probably not.
I just had a horrible thought. Wasn't the other crew supposed to follow us, or were they supposed to stay in the town?
Oh no, they were few. They were supposed to be, I think, like 3 or 4 hours behind you or something like that.
Um,
And they haven't arrived.
Mm, I would say you all just like started leaving the building and stuff. So you might,
and if they took the route
but not
we
here in
took,
the sim. Mhm.
if they
Yeah.
took the route we took, that would lead them past where the rock is.
Mhm. Yeah, it was just the one route that you know of because the Arabs are trained to do the same pass.
Gonna
But
have to
I
test
do
the limits
think.
on the mental message.
I think somebody did try and send a message back.
To warn them off.
Mm-hmm. And
Okay.
let them know. I'm pretty sure. Because yeah, because I think I even mentioned like, well, you know, you haven't found the edge of the range yet that time, so I'm pretty sure you heard that.
If they're only, well, if they're only 3 or 4 hours behind us, they should have been here by now, right? We did stay here for at least 8 hours. Claire just making up for all the hydrates now.
It's always good to hydrate.
That's 1, 2, 3. 3 hydrates you're due.
I've definitely done at least 3 at this point.
Have to remind me at some point that we have to discuss what was it? How many animals? 5 or 6?
For what?
That, for Grundy's wild shape.
Oh.
Because right now there is a limit. I cannot do flying and I cannot do swimming. But basically anything CR1 and below I can do.
I wonder what the limit on swimming versus not swimming and all this.
I think level 5. Druid
Oh,
level
okay.
5, I can get it, but I'm not leveling up Druid until Barbarian's where I want it to be.
So, is it like in One Piece where they like have that fruit and you like, can't swim at all, basically? And so, like, if you turn into like I don't know anything, and then you try to swim, you just immediately hit rock bottom.
I mean, my character has seen fish because his world, has fish, but don't know about being able to swim, so probably would drown. If it'd be the first instance of a fish drowning.
I guess I don't know what do they call it when a fish dies on land. Is that not all its version of drowning? Or
It's drowning. Yeah, it's still drowning.
okay.
Or actually, suffocating would be more accurate.
These are the very important discussions, chat.
Mm-hmm. It's actually funny if you think about it, because gills are meant to like filter stuff into oxygen. Now, if you're actually managing to get oxygen, how come you still can't breathe? Isn't biology great? Maybe it's a good idea to list down the animals that we're already turned into. Okay, so we had dire wolf, cave bear, spider, yeah, I think those are the 3 I've turned into so far.
Yeah, shoot me on that stuff on Discord if you don't mind, Chris, too, just so I can like get some minis too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that would be really cool.
I was gonna say, if you wanted to show us like locations or maps or anything, there is a share screen function in Zoom. Unless you're using only like 2 screens or something.
There is,
the
but
image-
it messes up the Zoom layout, and so like where we
Oh, so
use
it's
Zoom
not
to
one of those.
capture,
Oh, so you can't pop it out and then just.
you can pop it out and resize it, but it's not
Mm.
it's not very intuitive.
Wait, so are you doing an OBS for the Zoom capture, just like window capture, but sized to the Zoom? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's smart. Avoids the plugin.
Yeah, I actually do it as a source, a preloading source, and then I bring that source into, a scene rather, preloaded scene, and then I bring that in multiple separate times. So each one I can just resize from one capture instead of doing like 6 captures here. It's just one single capture, and I'm just grabbing different parts of it in each nested scene source.
It works really well.
Well, there's also a crazy idea. If you can have like another like a dummy account or something on Zoom, have that just be an OBS virtual camera, and then you can have it hidden when you don't need it on the stream itself, and then just kind of click the visibility when you need the map, or just replace the image file it's pointing to.
Yeah.
That's literally that's basically what the skyship behind me is.
Oh, nice. Awesome. I'm gonna drown a few more cookies, and now viewers should get to watch me because I'm falling down the BRB screen. I just have to drown a couple more of these cookies, and then it'll be good. I swear.
Drown them.
As I'm
Should
draining...
get some cookies. Like, oh, sorry.
Oh, please go ahead. I'm gonna eat.
It's like, oh, you're making me hungry. Like, should have ordered some.
I'm not supposed to be eating after 10 o'clock. This is
Mm.
terrible, but you know what? It's only popcorn. I'm okay.
You know, yeah. I was craving so badly these like chocolate covered cookies that I have, and I was like, you know what? It's okay. Just eat
F
two.
you, cookie. F
Yeah.
I
you,
have
all
five
for the bank.
tiny Reese's pieces. Look how tiny these are.
Oh, yeah.
It's adorable.
Yeah.
They come in those like,
Little
things from like
minis.
Sam's Club. Yeah,
Mhm.
they come in Sam's Club, and my mom's like, "I'm surprised you haven't finished the whole bottle of it." I'm like, "I'm pacing myself."
It's difficult, man.
I've once finished a whole box like from Costco
Oh, yeah.
of Reese's in one sitting, and
Yep.
it's dangerous.
Yep, I have bad binging issues,
Mm.
and so yeah, it's difficult sometimes.
Right, thank you so much, players and viewers, for your patience with me scarfing my Oreos.
You know what? You do what you need to do, Dan.
All right.
It's
Thank
okay.
you so
I made myself like little macaroni.
Nice.
Nice.
Incredible.
I love all the snacking that's going on here. It's amazing.
Is it anxiety snacking or fun snacking?
Nah, it's fine. It's just friend snacking.
It's tipsy snacking.
Well, for at least 2/5 of us, I suppose.
I wish Breelith could breathe fire on a regular basis. That'd be amazing.
That's what I was hoping for. That's what I was really hoping. I was like,
It's like another step in her Spider-Man 3.
I had a whole thing planned. I put together dialogue. Zika was gonna have a response, and I was like, okay, we're not going in that direction.
Nice. We are locked in on this. Let's do it. Yeah. That's amazing.
Sometimes, okay, it's just like, viewers out, I write down in my notes, preparing for jokes. And 90% of them, just the setup either doesn't work or it passes by the time I'm ready.
Yeah, stand-up comedian, Claire.
For real, yes.
It's a hard life. I
Very-
know, I never
Very
could. I
comedian
never
of
could.
you.
I have a minor in theater arts because I wasn't good enough to get a major.
No.
Yeah, it would be actually really awesome if like every place we go, Liazana just steals a sign from somewhere.
That'd be great.
Oh my gosh, and then we put them on.
Be that
on the
person. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hanging out
Or
on the
the
walls.
suitcase.
Yeah.
Why you do with a
Temp-
suitcase where you have all the like stamps.
As long as it's inside the ship, because if we put it outside the ship, we look like a flying endorsement for all these products and places.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, now all we need
ad,
is like
your
the
ad
flying
could be
banner
here.
behind the ship.
Oh my
Your ad could
God.
be
Add
here.
here,
Contact
yeah.
blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
She could
Okay,
be like
so-
that one person you knew in
Okay.
college that had like a bunch of street signs and like a stop sign hanging up in their room. You're just like, how? Like, don't ask. It's fine.
Rebel without a cause. Nice.
Yes.
Sorry. Please go ahead, Dan.
Just gonna zip us back in. As the two of you kind of fall, you're giggling, you're laughing. Dust is kicking up and stuff, and everyone else kind of pauses, like you're sort of stopped where you can peer through between two buildings to the next road over. See a couple of other giants docked off to the side in a different building.
We would see that.
Yep. All of you will see that. Wasn't there before, even when you woke up and looked.
Oh,
That's not our
Oh,
crew,
look.
is it?
Oh yeah, it's probably just the rest of everybody catching up. We had kind of, I think, reached out to them via mental message. It must have been a hard trek for them too.
Do we want to do another mental message to make sure?
Yeah, let's do it.
Nice. Who do you want to message? Actually,
Everyone.
just the whole group. Who did you have set on this next one?
Let me pull up in my notes.
Sorry, thank you.
No, you're totally
Thank
fine.
you for being organized. Claire.
Well, it's like 3 documents back. Okay, there. It's right after I wrote, "It's wagon time."
Love it.
Okay, so Ashavar, Guardian, Boots, Titania, and Akracus.
Perfect. Okay, yep, those are indeed the ones that loaded up. Um, and wow, they all just escaped my head again. Like Titania, Necracus, and Ashavar.
Guardian,
I mean
Boots,
Ash.
and Ash. And
Okay.
Ashavar, yeah.
Okay, Ashavar. So,
But not Ash, because Ash is still recovering.
right. Okay. The only one that did not show up is Ashavar. Sorry. So they'll get back to you on the thing. Probably Titania's on there now, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's me. You're here. We saw your wagons, and peeked in, and you look so weary. So I guess this would have been after you got back with the sign, Liazana. So they'll just say, "We saw you. You looked asleep or very busy." Liazana was a sign and very focused. So we were also very tired. We decided to take a short rest and get water for the creatures and such. But we're here. We're in town. When you're ready, come see us or call us. We'll come over to you.
Yeah, that's great. I think we were heading down, or thinking about heading down into the subterranean kind of area, hoping to find some others, because there's really nobody in the town.
Completely empty. Oh, Ash is going to take the next wagon. Said she had some. Ashima is going to take the next wagon. She said she had some things to manage first and get in order. I think she's still processing some of having her name, everything that transpired on the last island on Atmos. So, but she does plan on coming on the next wagon. She knows about the dangers. We spoke with the woman that handled the wagons and asked if there was any way to circumnavigate that. She said it's a time of day thing, so it's rare anyway. She wasn't expecting that to happen. She apologized. But did say she warned everyone it's a bit dangerous out here. But we'll send other crews at a little later in the day. Should avoid that altogether. Something that dangerous. The rest of us are here. Boots and of course. Wow, how quickly can I forget names? Anyway, everyone else aside from Ashvar that you wanted on this cruise here. So just to quadruple check again: Titania, Agracus, Boots, and who else? Who were the other?
Guardian.
I'll put it in chat as well. But yeah, so it's not Ashbar, but it's Guardian, Boots, Titania, and Akracus.
Okay, perfect. Nice. Lovely. Excellent. We'll come over. We'll come over. Stay with you. It's a few minutes, and they're over there.
Rayla's still giggling on the ground.
Nice. Oh. Rack is
Yeah,
kind of
we're just having giggle fits on the ground.
Interesting. Is everyone?
Oh, hi!
It's just been really stressful.
Oh,
They've both been through a lot,
yes.
It's just a lot going on.
Well, fill me in on how everything went. It sounds like such a dangerous fight. But on the way. Yes, we'll make plans.
Okay.
Yes, for sure.
Sure.
And we'll fill in on the rock. And I'm sure Brilith and Liazana will jump in every single time we mention them dying, and then laughing at them almost.
You were so close to death. Yeah.
And then Sinister was down, and then Sinister came back up, and Sinister went down, and then Sinister came back up, and then Sinister went down, and then Sinister came back up. but I only heard about a couple of those because I was down as well.
Oh,
We were all down on each other.
well.
Like we are.
That's intense. As you kind of make your way over to the entrance once again, um, again, it's sort of within the walls of this around 30-foot wide, well, the stairs. So let me switch back over to here. And so you kind of trace like where that should show up. It should show up somewhere in the sand outside the initial stairwell. And Arrakis sort of, kicks some sand around with his boot. I think this is it over here. Dust some of that off. Looks, over to like Zia, Vic, maybe give a hand.
Yep, and we'll come over.
Lift a huge ass, hinged metal door that pulls out, a little rusted and creaking. Catches in places, but it opens up and sand falls down into the stairwell a bit. After you.
And Vic and Zio head down first.
Perfect. Who wants to go down behind? This is a little bit of a marching order.
We definitely need 2 people. Should tie ropes to each other. And momental message everybody except Liazana and Brilith. And be like, okay, so Liazana and Brilith cannot be with each other. I think there's no like handles. I have a inclination they might accidentally walk off. So just make sure they're tied to somebody who's like more okay.
Right. She'll kind of look around. Titania will look over at Grundy like.
I think Grundy.
I'll have Brilith. Yeah.
Thank you.
Guardian.
Thank you so much, Grundy. We owe you.
Just in the mental, no, just out loud. Just try and pull away. And yeah, Liazana, you see Guardian approach without her helmet, and
Stop.
us, and we'll stay that. Put on this rope.
Okay. Okay.
Nice. She cinches, ties it through. Very interesting knotting system. But she ties it around, loops it, and if you looks beautiful, and snugs it, and ties it around herself in a similar fashion. Looks like a little bit of a harness.
Lilith will pat Grundy's cheek and be like, "You're a good bean. Thank you. All right, let's go."
Piggyback ride?
What?
I
No,
mean,
Grundy, I don't think you understand like how big I am.
Yeah.
I'm as tall as you are, if you haven't noticed. Yeah. I don't think you can piggyback ride me. We can try if you want
what's your
to.
strength score, Grundy, before doing a check, just to your overall impression of strength? What would the actual score be? Not the bonus.
I'm not
my
very happy.
strength actually would be ridiculous because I can carry double my inventory weight.
Oh, okay.
Bear strength because bear totem.
Nice, nice. What's your score with before doubled?
Mm,
And if you don't want to share with everyone, you can DM me.
where would I find that again?
Oh, sorry. I mean, it's just your, just above your modifier. Or just below your modifier. You'll have, like, your strength at the top left.
Oh, 15.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I mean, you get the impression, though, Brie. I mean, you can, of course, if you're feeling that way, you're feeling that way. Grundy's pretty strong. And I think he has a foot on you. What's your height, Grundy?
7, 8.
Yeah, and I think Brie
He
was
is
a
8
6.
inches.
Okay.
No, Brilla's 7.
7. Okay, nice. So maybe in the way, one person carrying another, you could give it a shot if you wanted. You don't know if he'd succeed.
You want to hop on? That way, I can make sure you make it down the stairs.
And I haven't piggybacked anyone since I was like 10, Grundy. Let's go!
And she
Alright.
leaps up suddenly. I won't make you do any sort of a save for that. It's just hilarious. Go ahead and make a athletics check with advantage
Athletics?
since you can carry double your weight.
Oh, gotcha.
Double your carry encumbrance thing.
Pleasure.
Hold on. How do I roll with it?
I'm gonna say all you need to carry Breelith because you're pretty equal. I'm gonna put it at make it a 12 or higher.
D&D Beyond hates me. A 10 with advantage.
Oh no! Okay, you catch her.
But-
Oh, can I, can I give him? Can I give him my sub die? Can I give him my
Yeah,
sub die?
absolutely. Your knee starts
Yeah.
to buckle. Go ahead and roll 2d8.
He has me my sub
I mean, you're
die.
gonna hit it. You don't even have to roll it, but you can if you want to see like what kind of thing you got.
Roll 2d8.
2d8. Yep. No matter what, because the worst you get is 2, and that would be enough to get you.
That's a 14.
Okay, so a 24 in total. Yeah, you weight buckles because you weren't ready, and your knee buckles a little bit, and oh, that spot in your back, but you're like, nope, get underneath it. Get my legs underneath. Stand back up, and then it's like, no, okay, yeah, I've got her now. And you're even taller than you usually are now. Breelith is your way up in piggyback mode.
Let me check something really quick. It's only. Oh yes. How narrow are these steps? Are they pretty narrow, Dan?
They're single file steps.
Oh, this only
So 5
lasts
feet?
for a minute. Never mind. I was going to cast Feather Fall, but it only lasts for a minute, so we'll have to be quick, and it's a reaction, so.
Everyone else. Just kidding.
Listen. No, wow.
Oh my god, that would actually be really funny.
This is fun.
Cast Fall.
Oh my god, did you take Grundy with you?
Yeah.
Breelith is
You
just
cast me,
has
Grundy?
her arms outstretched and just like flying.
Nice. Whoosh. And there is a cool air that's whipping up from the bottom, up and kind of spiraling around the stairs and up through the center here. So your hair blows a little bit. Grundy, not a problem. You're easily doing this now that you've got her situated. Okay. So we have, we'll say Zia and then Vic, and then I would say Guardian and then Liazana, then Grundy and Breelith, and then because you were so kind,
Everyone else.
Everyone else back there. Titania, Crackus, and then Boots in the back.
Sinister.
Actually,
Yes.
not to super duper like try attempt to retcon. But this is kind of out of character. Everybody, should we leave like one person behind with the scarabs?
They're not parked in the next to ours, so we may need. Yeah, well, we need somebody quick enough to go between the two.
Boots would probably be the most willing to speak up and say, whatever. I don't like the weather out here, but I like some of those drinks and that's you were talking about. Clearly, they do the trick. I might stand back here, whatever.
Okay,
Don't
I think
steal my drinks.
don't let. They're not your drinks, Liasana. You could take as many as you watch. Thank you so much. We owe you one.
Yeah, it's all right. All right. I knew there's no way I was convincing her. He points over to Guardian to not go down. We've been talking about hoping we run into the rock the whole way over here. Forget about it. No, we don't want any of that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think I understand. Thank you.
Sorry, you're all right. They'll head out and back up to Boots will leave and stay behind. Okay. So the rest of you make your way down the winding tunnel. Get whatever I said, like 120 feet or so down. Should go round and round and round the weather-worn steps down here. The further you go, the less sand, of course, and dust and everything that has collected down here. Switch sounds here real quick. And that's a damp cave, and it really is.
Ooh.
I'll find a good one while we're
Dan, do you
talking.
have like 2 folders and it's just damp and not damp?
Yep.
Yeah, and that's not even related to caves. I'm just kidding. Here we go. uh, there we go. For you all in Zoom and for I'm in a simple dry cave, but I'm not hearing anything. Guess that's the sound of a dry cave.
The sound of a dry cave. Yeah, if you turn it up a bit, there's like some like wind echo.
Here, I'm gonna do. I'm so sorry. I usually have some of these set beforehand, and I think we're just gonna have to pretend it's a little damp. It's just what we're gonna have to do.
I mean,
well,
if we're to have our preference,
I mean,
I would much rather have damp than dry.
given kind of all the hydration that's happening in chat, I feel like that in and of itself is the dampness we need.
Yes.
Very true. You know what? I'm
Thank you,
sold.
chat. Thank you, chat, for dampening this cave. Can't tell you how much we appreciate it.
You've
Thank you for making us
actualized your-
damp.
Oh shit.
You may have dampened everything, but not our enthusiasm.
Have not dampened our emotions.
All right, let's see. Spiraling stone well, yes. So as you reach the very, very bottom, it leads itself into a hallway. As you're looking at this hallway, it's a cramped. You might actually have to get down now anyway, even if you didn't want to, Brayless, because there isn't really enough headspace anymore. It just
would go,
snugly
like,
fits Grundy.
straight to like where she has to get down, just like, okay, and we'll okay, get down, Grundy, and I'll get off.
Okay.
Guardian unties herself from Liazana. And yeah, and so what you're looking at now is just this little carved space out of stone. All stone everywhere. A little arched hallway just above the height of Grundy. It's about 8 feet, maybe 7'10" tall, roughly, rough hewn stone, and about 3 feet wide. And it curves left and right a little bit and has a bit of a slope. Like it's a little bit hilly at first as it goes up and around, and then dives down out of sight some 50 feet forward. You begin this walk. Down here in particular, you find many more of those bugs that breed with insects. There's a number of isopods and the millipedes and centipedes, but they all have like these extra thick, bristly legs, as opposed to the ones you're used to seeing, and they are kind of crawling about as you begin walking through. However, the light from up above quickly runs out. Those with dark vision continue unabated, but what would does anyone not have dark vision?
Realith does not, but she will cast light on her staff.
Okay. All right, so you're roughly middle of the group. You get a good distance covering forward and back. I think that's what, 30?
20 foot radius.
Okay, of bright and then another 20 dim?
Oh, bright and then 20 dim, correct. Yes.
Okay. Nice. So you're getting some decent coverage.
She's gonna make the light a soft blue.
Oh. Love that. Okay.
Oof. That was your first mistake.
Yeah, for real. For real. I'll get that. Right, yes. And so you carry on with your descent. You see more of those insects along the walls and ceiling and along the floor. And it's just, again, the more you walk through, the more you realize you are in a stone tomb with this little tiny area to walk through. Looking back, it's just you, the looping stairwell just goes out of sight as you continue walking through. If anything were to happen down here beneath, you know, hundred some feet, a few hundred feet now of stone. So with that thought, you continue on forward, further and further. Yes, Brie, look what you got.
Are there any like is this just cave? There are no like markings or
You can make
it's
a
just
check, a perception, or investigation if you're like, specifically like, hey, you're scanning the walls for it. The investigation.
she's still getting down off of her buzz. It was only a 7%.
Okay. Yeah. Well, some of that rough hewn stone looks like a little cute puppy face here, like, oh, it looks like a little nose and eyes, and over there it's a watermelon. You're like, what's a watermelon doing now?
Um, with
Mhm.
Zia and Vic in the front, can we also do an investigation check as well?
Absolutely. Yep.
It's gonna be 17, and I feel like Sinister would probably also have done a detect magic by this point.
Yes, that's a good point.
Probably.
Uh, yep. It's a sinister report. Like, oh, nothing but stone. No magic down here. I'm gonna pluck a few power notes on there. Rethreaded guitar. And what was your investigation, Zia?
17.
17? Okay. Same thing. There doesn't seem to be any markings or anything. It's really just like stone that's been hewn out to make this tunnel at some point.
Like it doesn't look like it was like made by any animal or something.
Correct.
It was
Yeah,
definitely
this
yeah.
definitely with tools. Yep, you definitely see that. Okay. This continues to descend. So you would feel roughly. Actually, make a survival check for me if you would, Zia, and anyone that's proficient.
oh, I think that's brilliant.
Oh.
Nope, it's not.
Oh my god, are you kidding? Okay,
Survival?
Let me
oh
start with.
sorry.
Zia, what'd you get?
A 1, even though it's a +9, with a 1, it's still just a 10.
Okay. Okay, still, that's not terrible. This isn't a difficult. Who else got to roll? Brila? No, not Brila. Liazana? What'd you get, Liazana?
Yeah, she's proficient. She got a total of 22.
Oh my goodness. Okay. And Grundy, do you have proficiency in survival? Zia, your best guess. I mean, you're probably you've been walking for a while. You're probably at least a mile in a lateral direction, a horizontal direction from when you started, and you both get a gauge of it isn't too hard when you're proficient in survival. You've probably descended, gosh, 600-700 feet. You've descended quite a bit over this walk. Um, you see some light as the tunnel turns and makes a straight corridor and starts to open up a little bit. At the very end, you see light that is not coming from Breedless Staff, but from whatever lies beyond, sort of the open door space that is the end of this hallway. Um, you've just rounded the corner. That's about 120 feet away. You just want to continue through and see where you hop out, or any convo or anything as you round the corner.
Mm, did you want me to douse out my light to like just in case? Are we going to be sneaking up, or are we just walking in?
I mean, I don't, we don't really have anything to fear. Uh, I really that anybody mentioned. It's also so good to have you back. Really, like it's really difficult on the trip down. So glad you're back. Lisa, how are you doing?
Besides a small headache, I'm great.
Okay. Um,
Did
do
she?
you think? Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say, did she get anything extra for the 22 roll?
The 22, no, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, it's, I mean, you maybe have a more precise, probably about 650. You're getting close to about 700 feet down. Um, but you do feel like, at least looking at this part here, this is the end of the tunnel. You're probably going to come out to whatever welcome is waiting for you.
Gotcha. I mean, this is what we were going for, was it not?
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right.
Okay.
We're walking in.
Woo! You continue on, and as you step out, you're looking down. You step out onto a bit of a ledge. The ledge is maybe 25, 30 feet out. You seem to be at the very tail end of what appears to be a massive crevice that spans several hundred feet, probably a good 300 some feet. It goes down another maybe 150 or so. Along the walls on either side, little cutout sections, hovels cut in the stone, homes aglow with lantern light, stairwells that switch back and pathways that run across the walls all the way down. You don't even see the other end of this crevice. Uh, Stairwells and wooden bridges suspended by rope go from one side of this crevice and crisscross all the way down. Share that imagery in Twitch here. And you see a town. This is effectively a town before you. You see people walking on the bridges. No railings. They just seem to be very good at this, adept at traversing these things. And you have this space where you're sort of on this platform 30 feet out, maybe 35, 40 feet wide, and to your right, the stairs descend and head down about 30 feet into the corner. They abut that side of the crevice, and then they turn and face down the crevice. And you see maybe 80 feet down that stairwell, and then a path along the right side of the crevice. A few Goliath folks that seem to be almost guarding that area. Two of them. You're gonna have to be careful here. You immediately perceive that. While everyone else here seems to be walking pretty smoothly without much ado. These stairs and everything are very narrow pathways, and the fall again is a couple hundred feet. So, Vic kind of see Vic taking it all in. Needs to see ya. Oh.
I think so, unless there was a massive miscommunication. This has got to be it. Don't worry. Well, I'm yeah. I mean, don't look down, of course.
Oh.
But um, I'm not really 100% sure. Really, and Liaison are like totally okay.
Oh.
So I have like wings at the ready,
Wait.
just in case I have to cash. But the rest of them, they'll be okay. They'll be fine.
I will keep. Maybe we'll rope him back off again. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
didn't even think. Are you? He starts to blush a little. Are you okay meeting my parents? We find them. Sort of
I
tapping his
mean,
finger.
well, yeah, of course. Like, if you need somebody that, I mean, it can be really anxiety inducing when you're meeting. I would be glad to be there to support you.
Sorry, I didn't even think to ask beforehand. I know it's sort of fidgeting with his hands. It's sort of a big thing, but thank you, for always
Yeah,
being
I
here.
mean, they can't be that bad. I mean,
I hope.
my dad's like 80 something feet tall and kind of
Right,
like, a mass murderer. So
right,
it's not
right,
really something that I'm particularly used to, and I can't necessarily promise the same.
right,
But I'd be happy to.
right. Thanks, yeah. You shuffle a little in place, and then carry. Hey, should we uh how are you two feeling? Just because we're in a dangerous zone, I'll let you two roll a fresh Constitution saving throw. Outside of
Both of
what it
us.
usually does, but I don't want to force you to roleplay being tipsy next to this stuff. Breelith, what'd you
It's an
get?
11. 11 for Breelith.
And
I rolled a
Liaison.
12.
Yeah, okay. So I'll just say the giggles wear off. You're still buzzed, but it's more of that am I buzzed kind of buzz where you've got to look at yourself in the mirror and ask, like, am I?
Am I
uh,
talking a lot?
yeah.
Is this
So it's
normal?
not like the
Yeah.
ha 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 as much. Now it's
Yeah.
like, you are. You can behave that way, but it's a little more low key.
Breelith's just
Um,
been like yammering on to like Liazana about something about a type of rock or something in the
Oh yeah,
cave
she's like
and
totally in tune to whatever. It's like, yeah, tell me more.
tell me more, tell me
beautiful acoustics down here. Uh, all right, so you walk over, head over to these guards. It would seem, uh, they seem to not really be paying attention to entrance. You figure there probably aren't a lot of people that come down here, but they're posted here, and they're engaging with some other citizens and stuff. Oh, make a quick perception check, everyone, if you would. You're seeing an awful lot of Goliaths here.
more.
I will go around. Let's check with Grun. Grun. No, the tongue doesn't want to roll tonight. Grundy.
Wow.
I tried really
Grundy
hard.
got an 18.
Woo! Nice. Okay, 18. Lizana, what'd you get?
17.
Zia?
21.
Ooh, Breelith?
I 22.
Beautiful. Let me roll for just they'll get it. Get it. They'll get it. Arrakis. Okay. Titania and Akragas have moved up a little bit in this chain. Um, excited and eager, and I'll get to that in a second. Your perception checks, you just needed a 13 to see that while most of the townsfolk are in the distance, majority of the townsfolk are Goliath, but not exclusively. There are some, you spot a couple humans, you think, elvish folks and a dwarf, mostly Goliath. However, I would say about. Let me just roll a straight up. A good third or so of the Goliaths have beautiful, gorgeous wings. They look like not angelic wings, but if you took a large wing like the rocks kind of feathers and got somewhere in between those and angel feathers. That's where they're and the wings look like oversized for the bodies. They fold in like in two different areas to kind of be compact enough to walk around with their frame. Different arrays of colors and spots and stripes and designs on these wings. just seems to be a thing. Titania's gonna run up. Oh, sorry. Please go ahead.
Does Breelith, has Breelith ever heard of that before in her archaeological studies of
You still have the sage background?
No, it's not a sage, but she has the archaeological back. She's
I was
an
just curious if you had. That's your background as archaeologist. Okay.
Yes.
Then go ahead and roll a history check with. Well, I guess given the circumstances, it wouldn't be with advantage. It'd be straight roll, but.
Okay. Still 17.
I will say, is anyone else proficient in history? Nope. Grundy, you can make a check. Oh, I'm sorry, Grundy. Different world. So, sorry. This is a whole different, island and other things. But given Breelith's thing, 17. Pretty rare Breelith.
Can I give Breelith my sub die?
You certainly could. That would apply to this.
Yay! So it's
2d8.
2d8.
Friends helping friends. I love it.
That's 8 extra, so it'd be 26.
Sorry, you had a 17?
Yes. Well, no, yeah, it's 8 extra from what I rolled before. So before I had a 17, so 25.
Nice. 25 is the number you need to hear about this. I was like, 17 is way too low, and that's where I landed. So you have heard tale in very old books and digs, and in fact, oh man, that's a different quadrant of the world. But you have heard tell of this sort of lost race of almost like descendants of angels, but no longer angelic. Said to, man, I had this in my notes. I'm just gonna some other notes far away that were said, if lore is to be believed, and that a long time ago, before these islands floated, they were part of the ground below, before that was swallowed by the Omega Sea. And that these creatures, these winged creatures, are the ones responsible for breaking sections free of the ground and raising them up to the skies to save those that they could save, thereby creating the island.
Breelith is suddenly very excited. I'm sorry, keep going.
No, the wing type, the what was speculated, what's been found maybe in a fossil here or there, some preserved remains that have been questionable, but you've read about them, match a sort of kind of a unique shape and design of feathers. No name to the race that held, the wings and all, but yeah, they're said you've seen them come up. They're seen much more in lore, religious lore, that they were brought about. They again raised them, and they were these somehow related to angelic beings, and were able to raise that. In fact, there's even this grand lost city or island that they are said to still roam the quadrant of this obscured island. Bigger than any other island here in this quadrant by far. Yet never found. That's all lore, though. Okay, so sorry.
Thank you. Yeah, Breelith's she'll just kind of stop talking to Liazana and just be like, oh my god. And then just kind of start taking out her book and just scribbling.
What is it?
Take a bit. Let me get it down, and then I'll okay.
Nice. Need a reminder keyword.
Don't let me forget.
Yeah. So Vic and Zia are you're approaching, and Titania hustles up. Of course, Gracchus comes along too, and she's just like, "Oh, yes, I'm so glad that I've been able to join you all. Thank you. Look at this incredible place. You think we'll find what you're looking for here?"
I think so. I mean, if it's gonna be anywhere, it's gonna be a place like this, right?
Yes. Oh, man. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Great. There's work to be done. Oh, like Rack is just
I
shuffling
mean,
one.
if it's okay, I mean, I don't. It looks like it's a pretty safe place. If you and Gracchus wanna or end up exploring on your own, I think that would be totally fine.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I suppose so. Right. I'll let Vic do the introductions. See
Yeah,
how.
yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. And then like if there's a cafe or something, and we're heading somewhere else,
Yeah.
just let us know so we know
Okay.
where you are or whatever. But
Understood. Okay.
yeah,
Okay. And Vic approaches. Oh, nice book, The Adventures of Brilus. That's a beautiful book.
Thanks.
Right. So Vic approaches. These other two. Oops. Where are we? Let me get back to my notes. Uh, yeah. The other two Goliaths approach. And one approaches. As you approach, one begins to speak. To holds up a hand and sort of does a gesture that kind of looks like almost like a gun's not a, it's not a gun symbol, fair warning, but it kind of looks like that, like a check mark maybe, and speaks in a tongue that is seemingly uh, begins to speak. So anyone that has anything that can understand language is welcome. We'll have time to do that, but otherwise, you don't want to understand. Yes, Breedless?
I too. Bridlet
Would
does.
you like to do that?
What are they speaking in? Can I recognize it,
Mm-mm.
or can I tell you? Okay, so I don't. It's not like a common
Correct.
language. Okay, because I do speak giant, but that's not what they're speaking.
Correct.
Okay. Yes. 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 I do have comprehend languages here.
Okay. All right. But just to
Yeah,
confirm, you
so
want to use it?
yes, correct. She's going to do comprehend languages on herself.
All right. It seems to, no one else understands, Vic included. But to you, Brila, it starts off as a consonant, hard sound, heavy language that then, as you cast comprehend languages, again, it gives you sort of the literal meaning of things. It's kind of like Drax from, Guardians of the
Oh.
Galaxy, where,
Mm-hmm.
like, the anything figurative or subtle, you're not necessarily getting. So, but it basically comes across as, please, um, my name is Rania. Please halt and state your business. We offer welcome to Vataluno. Oh my gosh, Vataluno Lock. From which clan do you have? Now, I'll give you an opportunity to react or respond if you want. Otherwise, they're going to see that no one, that Vic in particular, doesn't understand this very local.
Rila's going to like timidly kind of like if there's a way to combine timid and excited, it's just kind of like slowly like step forward, be like kind of like tug on Vic's arm.
Ooh,
Um, I
Oh, you know?
I cast I can understand them.
What was I saying?
And she'll just kind of like hold up a finger to the, or like a hand to the giant, and will turn back to Vic. Um, I was going to say lean up, but I think they're probably around the same height, right? How
Mm-hmm.
tall is Vic?
Oh
Is he
gosh,
about
I think
7'2"?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or is he a little bit taller? Okay. So she'll kind of
Like
like,
six
get
eight or 6'9" or
closer
something.
and okay. Uh lean down a bit then. And she'll kind of relay probably a little bit, um their their name is Krania. They're asking us to halt and to state our business. And they offer welcome to Vaklum Vaklumulatha.
Oh, that's great. We just go in then.
No, they want us to state our business
Oh,
here.
um,
But I don't have the ability to speak. Um,
oh, I see. They'll turn back. Thank you, Brilith. Turn back to the guard. Guards. Right. My name is Nick. We're all here for a number of reasons. I'm here to find meet my birth parents. My family name is Sunagokame. Um, and we've also been sent to there's I guess some important texts, religious texts that we were hoping to ask about, and some books. Not like a library, but I guess some specific ones.
It might be in a library. I don't know.
Right,
It could be.
right. Um, I don't even know if you understand me. Uh, and the guard, the same one. The other one is just sort of stoically there as a presence. Um, but the initial guard, she was, um, do you speak the common tongue? Or rather, we do speak in common, most of us.
oh,
Welcome. You've come at a difficult time for the city. You kind of look back over that long crevice with all the buildings and stairwells and bridges and stuff. But all who don't pose any threat are welcome. Um, Vic, if you are from the Unakukame family, I think it best you speak with Mayor Housecarver. I can guide you all in. It might be good to see you all approach and enter the city with a guide anyway, and townspeople will know. But your business sounds like it won't keep you here too long. Yes. Welcome to stay, but we have to warn you against causing any danger. We can take care of ourselves, and we don't. You look like you're not blatantly ne'er do wells. um, and I'm sorry, you said there's this. Are you speaking of the sacred texts? You wish to. Are you on a pilgrimage? They can just kind of look around.
In some ways, yes. We were. I mean, well, And Zia will point to Liazana. Uh, our captain of our vessel was kind of called to right, right, yeah,
Hey, right?
yeah. That was about it. That
Yeah.
was about it.
All right.
Yeah.
Sure.
Hey, that's think about and he looks over at Liazana, but then kind of like looks out over the city to not be obvious he's mental messaging you, or trying not to be. And he's like, Carlton, should I mention? Do you know? Is there a name to whatever book it is that talks about? Should I just ask about the Order of Spectres?
Oh.
I don't want them to worry
I
that we're
forgot
with
the book
them.
name.
I don't think you technically got a book name. I think they just said. I think they're the ones that said, "Look for the sacred text." They'll actually cover.
Yeah.
Right.
Or just leave it at the sacred text. We'll take a week gander and go from there.
Yeah. Just leave it at sacred texts.
All right. I'm city, and he starts mental messaging Zia. Should I mention that book of Enoch? Um, like that might be here, and we should take a ask, and maybe they know.
Maybe that's if we meet the mayor first and kind of know a little bit more of the vibe, and meet your parents first, maybe we could feel a little bit more comfortable.
Why?
And then yeah, I think we could talk about it. I don't want to scare anybody or make anybody think anything dangerous coming or anything.
Good.
It's going to be difficult enough for Liazana to pretend to be an abbot who's come all this way to study these books because of the, astral calling.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Oh, right. So, and I'll turn back to the guard. Yeah, I think that sounds quite fine. Please lead the way. We'll behave. We're a good, well-behaved crew. And we appreciate the hospitality. Is everything all right with my family? What? I ask why I need to speak with the mayor. The guard just says, I shouldn't say. The mayor will inform you. Please, this way. And turns and starts walking into town. Yeah, and so you start navigating this crazy town crevice of the city, going back and forth, up and down stairs and across some dangerous, rope ladders with planks. I mean, maybe a little dangerous to all of you, but I mean, you navigate it safely. You're all in a line. You can hang on to one another. Um, yeah. Let me just go up through my notes. So you have a chance to talk with the guard in the way. Does anyone want to ask the guard anything about the city or the people or anything like that in the way, or you just want to get to that mayor?
I think just get to the mayor for right now.
Okay. You are led to through the wall, through one of these caverns lit by torchlight. And as you step in, you can see the stone is carved much nicer as opposed to the rough-hewn cave entrance. Here, everything is done with beautiful precision once you get inside. This looks like a bee's nest in here with all the holes in the wall and everything else. When you go in through any of these doorways, gorgeous architecture in that it doesn't require any supports. So everything is just etched out perfectly the way they want it. The walls don't have to be perfectly vertical to support, and that those stressors in a vertical pattern. The walls bend and flow in different ways to allow for torch holders and for tapestries and other adornments along the wall are actually built into the structure. Beautiful flowing shapes. You walk through this initial room, looks almost like an ocean in the way the waves are sort of carved in through the stone, very realistic, like water-like waves of the ocean. Complete with water caps and clouds sort of etched in above, and there's little holders for torch lamp behind the clouds, so it sort of emanates like a sun point and covers the passes through and covers the ground with shade of these stone clouds up above. And you are led into a chamber, much like this, a little further in, where you meet Mayor Housecarver. Um, Also Goliath. Seems to be around like maybe a 50-year-old gentleman. Bald head, black eyes. Um, Beautiful, sort of a rough golden skin. Not a full on like polished gold, just sort of like an olive leaning over into the golden side. Stands about 7'4", moderately beefy frame, and hello and welcome to my city. It's a pleasure to meet all of you. Please sit down and make yourselves at home. Some rather large chairs, very well comfortably padded, ornate chairs made out of some wood that you're, gosh, Sinister is going to recognize as sort of a heavy, very dense and strong fungal growth that can be hewn like trees. And that's what makes these beautiful, almost royal chairs. It's a pleasure to meet you all. And my name is Ascava, and welcome to our city. The guy that brought you has been dismissed, and says that you're here looking for legal texts, and perhaps your family. Looks to Beck, kind of nods. You have not come at quite the best time, I'm afraid. Your family, your parents at least, are counted among the whispers. I'm very sorry to say. And Yvette kind of looks like whispers. So he'll ask, and what exactly are the whispers? What does that mean? Are my parents alright? Well, so we're not sure. We began having some only a short while ago. Citizens were disappearing here or there, which sometimes happens down here. Very dangerous to leave the city and hunt and travel and explore further the city. But upon investigating, we found that in each case of the missing citizen, those close to the missing person reported the person that went missing had been hearing whispers the day or two prior to their disappearance. At first, we weren't sure what to make of that. Things happen, but with more reporting, more missing, more investigating, we found this to be consistent. Hence the name Whispers. We sent the cavalry teams to search and find the missing people and bring them back. However, some of our recovery teams began going missing. So we stopped that and sent our hunters out. But during one of our rather large scale searches, several of our hunting parties went. While people from the city continued missing. We are now missing several dozen citizens, let alone some parties as well. Perhaps the number's around 100 or so. Your parents among them. So we switched to a defense. No one is allowed outside except in safe hunters, well-trained hunters in safe hunting areas only. And we have extra guards around the city, the perimeter, and within. We've begun knowing that between when we were sending out the hunters to look and that large when the first packs of hunters went missing, the text you are seeking also went missing, which is why we sent that very large search party out. And when several of those went missing, we switched to defense. We are trying to put together a crack team to, as we narrow down the areas now where most went missing. We think we have a good idea. We're trying to put together a team to go and see what became of the missing, recover. Many of our texts were stolen. We're trying to put together a team. If you are planning on staying here, and need to ask for your patience while we put this together, but
Zia would just stand up and just be like, "We're in. We're going."
I'm in.
I couldn't. I couldn't ask you to. You seem capable, but I would hate to welcome you to the city and then throw you out.
If Vic's parents' lives are potentially on the line, like, we're ready to go. And
Where they
she'll
go,
turn
I go.
around. She'll turn around and put her hand on Vic's. And
He's all like, thank you. Hey, you're not asking us anything. He kind of, looks up at you like, right?
we're gonna find him.
Tell us, let us in. Tell us where we can go, and we'll make it happen. Supposing, thank you, Grundy, Leozana. Are you all in?
I'm
Yeah.
totally in.
Yeah. Sure.
All right. Guardian's like, yeah, like, where's I been? And Titania and Agracus nod and agree too. Well, let us prepare you. We can at least give you some healing potions and perhaps some small things to help. And we'll give you all the information that we have gathered.
I just have one last question, if it's too much to ask.
Please.
Where did Vic's parents live? Would they be all right if we checked over there, maybe?
Absolutely. I can give you their location. I would also say, please consider stopping at the and seeing the archivist Fort Smasher, and they can fill you in on perhaps the more information they've been researching. They understand. They can speak on the books that were stolen as well, in case there's more information there. I'm awaiting their report. It's due any times this evening, so please consider seeing with them for further information. It's on the way to your parents. He gestures back. I will write down everything that we have. Cannot thank you enough for helping us. We'll make sure you're prepared. We'll set you up with everything that we can, and we will see to it that you are rewarded for your bravery and your assistance.
Getting to help is, even enough. It really is.
Surrounded yourself, he says to Vic, with some incredible people. We will graciously accept your offer of help.
I'm sure the Sinistera is kind of like getting pissy in the background about it.
We're gonna. We almost just died, and now you want to get here free, doing it for free. Yeah. At least get some wine.
And does you said that all of these Goliaths have wings, including the
about
mayor?
1/3
or was it just
of the Goliaths you see throughout the town have wings.
does the mayor have wings?
Mm.
Okay.
Me? Yes.
Yes. I'm Brelith, but nice to meet you.
Hello?
I just I noticed that some of the people here have wings and some don't.
Yes.
What is that about? I've never seen lions with wings before.
Oh, well, we are not quite well, Goliaths, yes, but more. Sorry, I'm just pulling back to my.
Basically, she's trying to see if they know why they have wings.
We are our ancestors are from a different island. We arrived here as the first to inhabit this land some centuries ago. But our ancestors, most, are Kildari. So, some Tildari present as elven and others as quiet, as human, Okra.
It's fascinating.
Hey.
They're beautiful wings. Just something new, and thank you.
But I hope after this is done, we can tell you more about the right to bring forth this from our beings, our genetics.
Yes.
To awaken our wings and awaken our talent. Not everyone wishes to, so.
That's fascinating. Okay. Thank you.
Of course. Right, well, here, and he scribbles down, the notes. Here is where you can find the alchemist. Yeah, passes that. And here is the address of Veek's parents. Puts that a separate note. Passes that over. Please stop at. I should have written this all on my note. I'm so sorry. And writes down another note. This is the quartermaster, and they can give you some. Thank you very much. stock you up as well as we can, and fill you in on where we think the Westworld being taken, or where they are disappearing. It's a dangerous place outside the city down here. Many creatures in their darkness all about very dangerous, so please beware, be careful. Outside of whatever's stealing people.
Yes.
It kind of stands up and, pats Zia's hand and looks at Zia and everyone. Right, so, let's find what we're looking for. Let's find my parents and maybe have a bit of everything. The archivist. Thank you. I'll save the mayor. Sorry, Wendy, did you have something?
To the archivist.
Okay. To the archivist.
Oh no, I just went.
We're
Let's
up
go
to see
to the
archivist.
archivist.
And you file out of this office and back through the wave room and stuff, and into the darkness of this crevice city here with just the dancing lights along either side. There is sort of a ubiquitous diffuse light at the very top of this that shines very atmospheric light down throughout. Looking at the directions on this to get to the archivist, not very far away. You begin walking down the stone pathways up a few stairs and across some rather shaky, swaying, narrow wooden rope bridges. And with that, we'll end tonight's session.
Yay! Thank you, Dan.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you all. What a fun night.
So much great
Descriptions
world
are
building.
Oh,
Yeah, so on point.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice. Look, there's a lot of fun stuff down here. I'm really excited for next session. There's so much. Like, actually, I'm not like, oh, it's just a lot of really cool story stuff down here. For a lot of people.
Yay!
And Bethunalake. And I'll put that in Zoom chat so you have it. Yeah. Alright, so I think we're just gonna kind of wrap here tonight because of all the hijacking. I gotta pee so bad again, so we're just gonna kind of wrap here. I'm so sorry.
I can add about a few 100,000 more.
Oh my gosh, no! Yeah, nice. Yeah, all the channel points, nice.
Yeah, I have like 12,000 points right now.
Nice.
We're not going to get into how many I have.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, beautiful. Again, players, thank you so much. Such a blast. So great to be hanging out with you doing this. And thank you, viewers, for chilling with us, hanging out. You've been watching Extremis. This is our Saturday night, 10 to 1 p.m. Eastern, or 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern, Sky Pirate campaign. Extremis. Here's a quick look at our schedule. We have a lot of D&D across the week. Trisha plays awesome, super fun games on Sunday evenings. Christy shares all our mini painting insights with Steph. Steph shares all our how to draw insights with me. She teaches me how to draw the board thing. And we've got at least 2 more D&D campaigns coming up here in the next couple of months. Yay!
Oh, Jesus, so soon.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. Yes. So please have a wonderful night, everyone. Hopefully, at the very least, we'll catch you next week. See what happens with our amazing friends here. Oh, excuse me, weird hiccup. Awesome timing. Have a great night, everybody. Bye.
Night, everybody.